The following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
St. Louis in December. Cold air, hot engines, and the steady hum of America's heartland. 3 nights indoors with the entire motorsports world watching. Last year, there were too many unforgettable moments to count. Brandon Sheppard went back-to-back in dramatic fashion. Trevor Neville ruled the modifieds. And with all that close racing, there were definitely some hurt feelings. Now a new field rolls in, chasing their own piece of Gateway glory. Under the lights, inside the dome. This is the Gateway Dirt Nationals, where Dirt in December comes to life. Live only on FloRacing.
In St. Louis, it's day 2. It is the 9th annual Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by Riley Auto Parts inside the Dome at America's Center. It's a heat wave outside, 41 degrees after about 20 degrees yesterday, and we are back. I am Ben Shelton, joined by Dustin Jarrett, Chet Christner joining us on the call. We've also got a full slate of pit reporters throughout the night, and DJ, after a Thursday night that saw honestly, crowd that was bigger the first 3 years we saw on Saturday, and honestly, some of the best racing we've ever seen on Thursday. Now the pressure's on. Everybody's got to perform on Friday because the bar has been raised.
Yeah, we saw the picture of the JCB Seavers pit area just a few minutes ago on our monitors before we went on the air. It looked like a Saturday crowd getting ready to come into the Dome. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. The amount of people that are here tonight, just ramping up for a possible record crowd here coming up tomorrow night. But listen, we got a lot of things going on here, and we're back. We're so back. My headset's falling off. Our pets' heads are falling off. Here's the thing: we locked in 3 drivers last night in the Velocity Super Late Models and the Summit Racing Modifieds. We're going to lock 3 different drivers in both divisions here tonight.
Yeah, it's the other half of the field. The guys I got to watch last night and kick back and relax. I don't know, maybe they're really anxious. Today, it's their turn to shine. And yeah, you want to be locked in, whether you're in the Summit Racing Equipment mods or the Velocity Late Models. You want to be locked into those top 6 tomorrow night, especially in the Velocity Late Models, because that means Tim Truex and the gang, they cook up those really cool intro videos, but you're not also in a hooligan race tomorrow, because it doesn't matter if you start 1st, 10th, or further back or somewhere in between. Chaos happens on Saturday when guys are trying to get into the races. So guys want to get in tonight, and we're going to talk more in a moment, but a star-studded field last night in both divisions, a star-studded field again tonight. But I don't think anybody would be surprised if you told them the first night that it was Bobby Pierce winning the late model division and Ricky Thornton Jr. winning the modifieds. They're 2 very fast guys in the Dome, and they set the tone for the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see a completely different racetrack tonight as well. It's not different from what we've had in the past. They usually juice her up on Friday night. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say she's juiced up even more tonight than we've seen in years past on Friday as well. Ben, we're at the Dome at America's Center in St. Louis, Missouri, and right there she is on the maps right here in downtown. A temporary 1/5 mile oval, the former home of what was the St. Louis Rams. It was the Edward Jones Dome at one time. Now it's the Dome at America's Center. And this event started back in 2016, and it has run every year since, other than the year it was COVIDed out back in 2020.
And you see, look at the racetrack. I got her about 10:45, and they were putting the water to it last night. Derek Ball posted that there was a thunderstorm inside the Dome. They put the water to it. But the one thing we know, we talk about every year, on Thursday, that's when the racetrack tends to be the driest. It tends to be the hardest because they're trying to get a compaction on it. Last night, though, it was very racy for a Thursday, admittedly. It gets us very excited for Friday. And you see right there the full docket for here tonight. 3 o'clock, we're going to have race cars on track. So a little over 10 minutes from now, and then we'll go into Dirt Draft late model hot laps. And then we're going to have Hellraiser late model qualifying. And then we'll move into the Weir's Machine hot lap qualifying for the Summit Racing Equipment modifieds. And from there, opening ceremonies, which could be interesting tonight as we prepare for that. And then Heat Races B main, super late model main event, 2-seater ride, modified feature. We close it all out before we get ready for tomorrow's big finale. And man, I tell you what, DJs, you walk through the pit area. We felt it yesterday. You feel it today. This event is an event you feel like has moved up to the next level. It's just got a different feel. It's got a different level of intensity.
Yeah, and I was talking to someone about that in the pit area earlier too, right? You have all the wrap reveals. You've got the drivers posting that they're coming. You've got the behind the scenes look for from the event. You've got Cody Summer talking about a record crowd tomorrow, and it's all leading into tomorrow night's main event, where the winner of the Velocity Super Late Models is going to take home $50,000 plus a $20,000 bonus from Tyndall Truck Sales, making it $70,000 to win. The modified winner is going to take home $10,000 for the event, $10,000 from Tyndall Truck Sales, making it $20,000 to win the Summit Racing Modifieds. And we are going to be joined now by one of our colleagues who's bringing us all the action from the JCB Stevens Pit area, Mr. Chris Moore.
Yeah, thank you, DJ. Ben, great to be here again for day two. One of the things you guys talked about, it just being here early on in the pits, it was absolutely mobbed. Trying to get up the railing to get into the pits was like swimming upstream. Couldn't be done. Absolutely unbelievable, the amount of people that are already here on a Friday. And as we know, tomorrow expected to be an absolute record crowd. One of the things I wanted to touch on, Cody and Emma Summers did the draft format this year to select nights. We had 6 drivers pulling double duty, so 6 of the names that you heard last night, 3 in the super late models, 3 in the modified division, will be running again tonight. Guys like Mike Harrison, who ran 2nd last night in the super late model, he'll switch over to the modified tonight, while the guy behind me, Drake Troutman, ran his modified last night. He got caught up in that melee on the front stretch, looking for some better luck in the super late model. Of course, also in the modifieds, you had the winner RTJ. He'll move over to his super late model tonight. One of the heavy hitters expected to be running up front tonight. So a lot of action for these 6 guys. Everybody else kind of gets a break one night over the course of this weekend. These 6 guys, it is nonstop action from start to finish. As you see Drake Troutman, his awesome paint job featuring some recent St. Louis championships on his number 22 machine. I'll send it up top to Trenton Berry in the grandstands.
Hey, good afternoon and welcome everybody. Glad to be back here at the Dome in St. Louis for day number 2. It's crazy, the environment here. It was hard to walk through the concourse again. It's going to get a little tougher even tomorrow. Easily the busiest start to a Friday that we have seen. Hey, one of the things I'm going to be working on this weekend is the crowd kind of amps up and gets amplified. We'll see some people up top as well. I've got a whole lot of swag, courtesy of some of the great Gateway Dirt partners, to throw out throughout the course of the night. So be on the lookout for that as we'll come to your sections and have a few giveaways here a little bit later on throughout the course of the evening. We've also got a Christmas tree strapped on top of a race car that is lit, and I think that that might be cause for blowing the roof right off the top of the dome. We're excited to see how it plays out in hot laps, and it's going to be a wild night here in St. Louis. With that, we're going to send it down trackside as Blake Anderson is going to talk about a whole lot of things. I'm sure one of them is going to be a way more juiced up racetrack to get the night started.
You are absolutely right, Trenton Berry. The track way different than a night ago. A night ago it was real hard as you walked across it. Tonight, a little bit different. The bottom still very hard, not quite as much moisture, but when you work up the racetrack toward the high side, a lot of moisture here on the high side, a lot softer than the bottom of the racetrack. So I think we're going to see a lot different surface than what we saw a night ago. Also, one thing different than what we saw a night ago, and something different that we've never seen before at the Dome, Friday night, we got people in the upper deck on Friday night. How about that? For the first time ever, the top deck here at the Dome is open. We are going to have a massive crowd. The pit area was a zoo this afternoon. So many people. So awesome to see the growth of this event in just its 9th running. So impressive. Going to be a fun night of racing. Chris talked about it. A lot of guys doing double duty that we saw run a modified last night, running their late model tonight and vice versa. I cannot wait to see how the track develops. We're going to see guys on the fence early in the night. The track's so much different than what we saw a night ago. It's going to be fun for racing here as the guys chase $10,000 in the Velocity Super Late Models and $5,000 in the Modifieds. With that being said, we're going to throw it to commercials and we'll be right back here at the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts here at the Dome at the Americas Center.
Track to the trail, from your everyday cars and trucks to championship-winning vehicles, Eibach has you covered. Race, lift, lower, high-performance suspension for all. Eibach, the #1 choice of champions. Proudly made in the USA, engineered to win.
From the back roads and country living to the big cities and racing under the lights, adventure runs on freedom and horsepower. At Fox Factory Vehicles, we believe in the American dream. With a full line of vehicles from your favorite manufacturers, we provide a turnkey solution, allowing you to drive the vehicle of your dreams without the hassle of sourcing parts, back orders, or voiding your factory warranty. For more information, check us out at foxfactoryvehicles.com.
At Buzzy Racing, it's all blood, sweat, and gears because we're racers first.
In dirt track racing, it's all about speed. And at Performance Plus Global Logistics, so are we. Our team of dedicated professionals has the tools you need to drive your business forward. We have experience worldwide with a small-town customer service feel that allows us to deliver best-in-class custom solutions with a personal touch. Let us help drive your team forward by visiting pplusglobal.com for your next shipment.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
Who is Performance Bodies?
They're a lot more than race car bodies, stocking over 6,000 different brand name Circle Track parts, and we're strictly Circle Track. From the highest divisions to the weekly racer, we are here for dirt.
Customer service.
When you call, those same racers that are running on the weekends are answering the phones at Performance Bodies. They give first-hand knowledge of every part we sell and free expert advice.
The Performance Bodies difference.
If it's in our catalog, it's in our warehouse, and it ships the same day you order it, guaranteed. So go see for yourself. Visit performancebodies.com or call them today.
Welcome back to the Dome at America Center. It is a beautiful day outside. Again, in the 40s, and the sun makes all the difference. It was overcast yesterday. It was chilly. It was cold. Some bit of snow around town from the past week. Over a foot of snow has fallen in the area. But tonight, we are nice and, depending on where you are in the building, somewhat warm as we prepare for action with a big field of cars. Once again, 61 Velocita Super Late models, 32 Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds in action. It's a star-studded field. We talked about it. You see right there, Gordy Gundaker, former prelim winner on your screen, and he's getting ready for battle tonight. And the battle worn, I love that graphic scheme like that. And the guy next to him, he's won a lot of big races. This isn't one of them.
You took my line, absolutely. Probably at the top of Jonathan Davenport's bucket list is a Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals crown. He said, hey, this is our special wrap right here. We're rolling with the same thing we've rolled with all year long. And here's a guy that's been snake bit at this event.
Yeah, that's Rivers' dad. That's Hudson O'Neill, and man, he loves this event. He was excited last night. He's only run it a few times. He's had bad luck, and there's a guy that, well, again, another. He's one in the mod, never in the late model, DJ.
Yeah, and he picked up a modified win last night. Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT going after a late model win here this evening. Speaking about guys going after a late model win, one of my favorite cars in the pit area, Ben Brandon Overton in that good-looking red, white, and blue Budweiser 76.
Man, that is a throwback to his World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year days. And how about tonight, Carson Hocevar, right the Dente, the Chili's number 77, coming to us from the NASCAR ranks. He's here to play in the Dome once again, and he's bringing Chili's along for the ride on that Longhorn race car. And DJ.
Yes. My favorite car in the pit area.
Look at the haircuts.
The haircuts, Back to the Future, the old Have a Tampa decal. Garrett Alberson with the 90s body style on the Ken and Beth Roberts Racing number 58, and right there is a two-time, that's right, a two-time Gateway Dirt Nationals champion, Tyler Carpenter out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. He runs tonight.
And how about in the the special wrap on that race car, the Maximum Dome Struction, Mike Marlar, the 157, and he's in action here tonight, and a fun wrap, a driver making his debut in the Dome here tonight. And then one more driver, not a debut in the Dome, but a guy looking to have his breakthrough win in it. Could it be Rusty Schlenk finally turning the tables here in the Dome?
Yeah, absolutely. He's had some good runs here in the past. He's won the Race of Champions before as well. The driver out of McClure, Ohio, looking to pick up a Dome checkered flag flag here this evening. Those are just a few of the notable entries here this evening. Hey, Ben, you tried to set...
talk about it.
No, I do want to talk about it. You tried to set a dirt draft lineup last night. You did not.
Well, I chose everybody. I didn't confirm the lineup, and I went to brag to you how good my lineup was, and it was at that point, right before the feature, we realized I did not follow my entry. You, however, did. You're 12th.
Look at the red highlight.
I've got at least $100 that says you will not be in the double digits when tonight's over.
Oh, wow.
You want part of that action?
Are you saying after tonight I will not be in the top 100?
Probably not. Probably
you
not.
You don't seem too confident about that.
DJ,
Chris.
he said you won't be in the double digits. You could be in the single digits and win that bet.
That's true. I like my odds in this.
Well, no,
Chris,
I would win in the singles. I just said you're not in the doubles. But yeah, get your lineups in Dirt Draft. Clint Dahl, Jacob Nord, they're on site here. It's a lot of fun. Just make sure to confirm your freaking roster after you pick them.
Yes.
And Ben, I just look. We've already got 500 entries tonight.
There's no DJ's. I'm going to say DJ's 164 when tonight's over.
Hey, listen, all kidding aside, I talked to Clint Dahl earlier. Dirt Draft has got a new app that's going to be debuting here in a little while.
High limited berth?
It is awesome. He showed me a few of the kind of behind the scenes things with it. They got some really, really cool stuff that they are debuting. Chris Moore, you're a Dirt Drafter.
I am, yeah. I had a decent night. I was 115 last night, so I'm hanging. Maybe I could be in the double digits at the end of the night. I'm going to talk to Tyler Peterson, though. He's probably tired of standing here next to me. Tyler, I talked earlier about the double duty guys. You're one of them. Super last night, modified tonight. First of all, what did you learn last night that you might be able to carry into tonight?
Well, I heard it rained in the dome last night, so I'm not sure I'll be able to translate anything over, but they're two different cars. You just got to drive them. They're like in certain ways, so I don't know if you can take much from it. But last night was slick. Feel like it's going to be a little more wet tonight, so I want to see what happens.
Do you enjoy being able to race all 3 nights here, and especially tomorrow is going to be a lot where pretty much everybody else here kind of gets to have a night to go kind of experience the dome?
It's nice. Like every other year I've had a night off, but I'd race here for a week straight if I could. So I love racing. So yeah, I love racing all 3 nights for sure.
And also, real quick, tell me how cool it is to have that wrap on the Super.
Oh, that thing is awesome. So yeah, thanks to the guys at Rocket. That thing's awesome. Mark and the whole crew. I think it turned out pretty badass.
All right, better luck tonight, man. Go get them.
Thank you.
All right, there you go, guys. TPO trying to get it done in the modified tonight.
Hey, thank Mark. You forgot to thank Joel and Danny and Austin
Joel,
and everybody else.
Dan, Steve Baker, all the guys back at the shop.
DJ, they're rolling the racetrack in, sealing it up, that extra H2O on it. We're going to step aside. Thanks to marketing partners. When we come back, Dirt Draft Hot Laps from here in the Dome. It's about to kick into high gear.
Engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler. Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you. Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts.
Dave Poske's Performance Parts has been serving the Ohio River Valley and the entire country since 1978. Our staff consists of fellow racers and crew members who combine for over 100 years of experience in the racing industry. Poske's is also the home to Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley and Octane Race Products. We have what you need when you need it and ship nationwide daily. Visit us in Parkersburg, West Virginia or online at Poske.com.
Well, welcome back to the Dome in America. Center green flag out on Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the Velocito late models. First wave of cars out there, including Jonathan Davenport in the Fast 49, Joseph Joyner hunting the front out of Florida, Devin Morgan, the South Carolina driver, the pirate ship on board the 21 car, Austin Howells in a special back in black in the 17A, and Lance Bracington and a Kel Yarborough throwback number 11. As the checkered flag waves on the first set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, Jonathan Davenport fastest lap 11.882. As again, these drivers are going to get dialed up and ready for Hellraiser Jack's qualifying coming up a little bit later. You see on your screen, Hunt the Front Nation, Kubota's Joseph Joyner in cart number 10 coming to us out of Milton, Florida. 6 wins on the year, 2 in the modified. See the 19M there. We got a down pit side. What do you got?
Ben, look at the wall in 3 and 4, how it's already covered in mud. Something we did not see a night ago, just to show how much moisture is in the high side of the racetrack tonight.
You better get your mud scraper out there and take care of that, Blake.
Absolutely.
Go and head over to Lowe's, get you a snow shovel. It'll multitask this year. The 19M you saw on the Speedway a minute ago. Brendan Smith out of Dade City, Florida. The JCM Motorsports Guardian Hurricane Protection entry. There's Jonathan Davenport on your screen. The 49 car finished third in this year's Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings. Second with FloRacing Night in America, the 3-time Lucas Oil champion. The Clements Powered Longhorn. 21 wins on the year for Superman. He has never won here at the Gateway Dirt Nationals. He's going to try to change that tonight. And I loved the Kel Yarbrough wrap on the Busch number 11 for Lance Bracington in car 11.
Absolutely, the 36-year-old out of Lexington, South Carolina. That's a kryptonite, by the way, for Lance Bracington. You mentioned the new driver, the JCM Motorsports number 19M. That's Brendan Smith out of Dade City, Florida. That team looking to get back on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Tour this year. That Big Daddy's Cattle. Oh, no. Trouble for Hunt the front. And they might be hunting a new motor.
Yeah, I looked up, and it looked like that car had got into the concrete, but you got to wonder, maybe oil on the tires sent it into the wall.
He definitely got into the wall. You can see the tire tracks behind
it. You got to wonder maybe if that's what sent it. You see the smoke coming out of the number 10, and man, what a tough break.
We just talked to the joiners down in the pit area, too, you and I.
Yeah, the Kubota Genuine Parts Team-Based Trading Paints number 10, that Capital race car. And, man, they were really excited to be here, and that could be a heartbreaking quick end to the weekend. We'll try to get an update on the HuntTheFront.tv number 10. He'll get pushed back to the pits. And Blake, that was over there in front of you. Did you happen to see what happened?
He crushed the wall. The nice thing is I don't see a trail of oil yet, so no trail of oil on the racetrack. So that might be a little bit of advantage to something we did not see with Tyler Erb last night. But boy, you see the damage on the right side there, Ben, and it looks pretty substantial, at least from my angle. I can't see all of it, but you have a good view of it.
Well, we'll see what Chris Moore has to say. I think we have an iBox Springs replay too, DJ.
I wonder too, was it? He's not trailing any fluid.
Oh, he was before he got to the wall, though. Yeah, there was definitely. So maybe you hope in those situations an oil line. I now tell, to DJ's point, there might be a little bit of fluid there right there in front of you. To Blake's point, Blake, is a little bit of oil on the racetrack in front of you. Blake Anderson.
Yes, sir. Sorry, cut out there.
Was that oil on the racetrack in front of you right there?
No, I don't think it is.
A little bit of steam. I don't know.
I think it's just some of the moisture on the racetrack from earlier. I don't.
He's coming behind you. Keep an eye out.
No, that's not oil on the racetrack. That's just some moisture from earlier.
Just taste it, Blake.
Yeah, just give it the old lick test. Let's see. We'll walk over here and give it a look.
All right, he's going to go check it out. Man, tough break there. We're going to get these guys wound up for another lap or two. Again, we talked about Brendan Smith out there. Austin Howes having to do a double take. Austin Howes Racing, number 17, the black race car. Used to seeing a blue race car for that team.
Yeah, I saw them. Austin and his wife post that on Facebook, and he talked about Devin Morgan there a little bit ago as well, the Greenville, South Carolina driver. Love the wrap on that Vic Hill Power. It's a train race car, by the way, for the Greenville, South Carolina 23-year-old Devin Morgan.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that car up close, man, it is very, very cool. Devin Morgan, 5 wins on the year on the limited late model division. Well, fastest in that set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 11.546 was Superman Jonathan Davenport. Blake, any kind of update down there on Joseph Joyner?
They said it was the motor broke, but nice thing is there's no trail of oil here or nothing on the pavement, but a tough break for the Hunt for the Front guys.
Well, it's tough, man. You come up here and you sit here for a day and you get ready to race, and then you have that happen. Now, last night that happened to Tyler Erb. He did not have a spare motor or car ready to go. So we'll see perhaps if Joseph Joyner, if there's a chance. But, man, I'm not so sure. I think they might have brought a smaller hauler here because of downtown. They may not have all the parts they would normally have.
You were reading my mind, man. They did. They brought a small box trailer here with them. And if so, that is a tough break for the likable Joyner bunch.
There's a lot of speculation out there, though. A lot of people think that it could be something with the radiator. They think that it could be something with that. So we'll keep our fingers crossed either way. What did you have, DJ?
Well, I was just going to say Jonathan Davenport's time of 11.5 was quicker than any lap we saw turn here last night, to no one's surprise.
We also had a question last night about track record. How about year one? Now, remember, they qualified everybody in one night, and I think it rubbered and it got faster. Either way, Darrell Lanigan went a 10.687. I don't know that we're ever going to see 10s inside the dome again unless there's a fighter jet. Marler brings that plane that he took to Weber Valley. I don't think we're going to see a 10-second lap. But Darrell Lanigan in 2016, a 10.687 second lap.
Absolutely. Well, there's Bobby Pierce driving the Gateway Dirt Nationals 2-seater tonight, the Matt Altiers car. Want to mention those tickets are for sale in section 136 in the pit area. So you can get your tickets. You can get X amount of tickets for $10 and $20 and so on. And the tickets are good for all drawings, by the way. So Bobby Pierce is taking someone out there right now in the 2-seater. But there's going to be 2 drawings for that thing here this evening. Big thank you going out to Low Voltage Solutions, Bird Isle Performance Products, and all the other great sponsors on the side of that race car. Matt Altiers, he was busy down there fixing the drive shaft, the rear end of that race car here this evening, or this afternoon rather, after they had a little bit of trouble with it last night. Also, by the way, I have got to correct myself from last night. I talked to him, talked to Mike Knuckles as well. I thought that was a former Donnie Moran driving school car. Matt did used to have one of those, but this one is actually a former Dale McDowell driving school Warrior. So Warrior built 5 different driving school cars for Dale McDowell. This one was specific for the driving school, specific for them. Matt got this car. He liked it a lot, and so that's where it came from. So wanted to make sure that we mentioned that as well.
Well, somebody got some great rides last night. Luckily, that drive shaft held on until the very end.
I know. I was down there, and they really didn't find it until, like you said, the very end as well. Whenever I rolled in at about 10 o'clock this morning, Matt was down there working on it, and I said, drive shaft? He said, yeah. He said, we got real lucky last night. He said, I didn't have this one on my bingo card.
Well, the next set of cars are going to be led out by car number 3 out of Lebanon, Missouri. Brennan Willard, the Vic Hill-powered Longhorn, Algar Performance, Willard Asphalt, Performance Plus, and Springfield Raceway, all sponsors on the former I-44 and Bolivar Speedway track champion. Behind him in the 71, Hudson O'Neill, and a 12-time winner this year, 2023 Lucas Oil champion, World 100 champion, and SSI Motorsports Triple O Outfitters, Wheeler Metals, Clements-powered Longhorn for Hudson O'Neill.
He'll be followed by one of the drivers that followed the Summer Nationals this year. That's going to be Eli Johnson with a special wrap this weekend. The South Haven, Florida driver, the Clyde Johnson Construction and Roofing, Total Claim Source, Premier Metal Roof sponsored number 55. And behind him, we're going to throw up the 14 of 1L. That's Will Harrington. Boy, he was giving him a hard time down in the pit area earlier. And the Clemens-powered Savage race car for the 29-year-old out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, the Fireman Construction Lankin Photo Mechanical Contractor, sponsored number 14.
And instead, who we got? Oh, we're going to have the 995. Not on the entry list, but he showed up. Not a big surprise. No, I think he was, and they left him off. The 995 of Manny Falcon and the Dylan Scott Arizona Sports Shirts Team Zero race car entry out of Pine Grove, Louisiana. Also in this set, I think we've got the 66K of Dylan Knowles, 2-time winner this year. The Clements-powered Rocket Chassis, the Fowler's Alignment and Brake Service, Klein Logistics, Fox Shocks by Juice Man Speed, and SK Motorsports, all sponsors for Dylan Knowles.
Hey guys, just want to jump in here. The crew's guess a broken piston on Joseph Joyner's number 10. The backup plan, drink some beer. So
ouch.
That is very similar fate to Turbo last night.
Man, you see Talon Center down there. What a tough break. Gosh, dog.
Well, that is hump the front, done for the weekend, it sounds like, as this next set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps gets fired up. Again, Dirt Draft, you get the opportunity, go to dirtdraft.com, set your lineup, and they've got the standard version of Dirt Draft is going to be going on here for another few weekends, and then by the time 2026 rolls around, they've got a really cool new app that they're going to unveil that'll allow you to lock in either before qualifying, after qualifying, before the first heat, or even do one before the features, where you can do all 3 if you want to. If you think you're really good, like Ben Shelton, you can lock your team in before qualifying even starts.
Yeah, just make sure to confirm.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Well, I'm taking a look here at what we've got, and missing data to the top of the leaderboard. I got to think that might have been Hudson O'Neill that may have gone to the top, and it was 11.438, fastest time of the night for Huddy in car number 71. And to your point, DJ hasn't got to race for just a ton. 2 starts in this event. His best finish was here last year. He was 8th.
Well, the year before, he hit the wall the first lap in Hot Laps, remember?
Yeah, and a Boom Briggs car.
That's
Boom
right.
had brought that race car here.
That might have been the year that Don got interviewed in the suite as well, and said
it was like racing inside
like
in the winter.
Racing in the wintertime.
Man, what a great looking race car. The 2-time champion of this event, Tyler Carpenter, has brought here.
You know what? I saw that car posted online, and I said, "Yeah, the car doesn't look bad." I I like all the new wraps. And man, I saw that car in person, and it went from that car doesn't look bad to that car looks really freaking good.
I think that one will sell some t-shirts.
Absolutely. That is the two-time champ Tyler Carpenter, has been mentioned in the Holdren Construction Services Overhead Door State Line Construction, Cordial Logistics 28. And behind him is going to be the driver of the 66. And is that Jody Knowles?
Yep.
It is. Jody Knowles out of Tyrone, Georgia, making his way out on the racetrack in the Performance Powered Rocket Chassis, the Clayton Signs Century Recycling Sweet Victory Apparel entry.
The 78 car on the Speedway, Chad Zobrist, the mainstay of the Dome out of Highland, Illinois. The Renderer Farms, Cool Creek Resort, Dargy-powered Rocket. The 91 car of Rusty Schlink out of McClure, Ohio. The Scott Bailey-powered Domination, Buckeye Concrete Coating, Velocity USA, Terry Hendricks Auto Group race car.
That car pops as well. Bree Whitmore on the racetrack now. She's out of McMinnville, Tennessee, in the Riverside Custom Blacks Heating and Air. Toei Boats Auto World sponsor number 22, and one other driver on the track out of Pleasant Plains, Illinois, and that's going to be the longtime Macon Speedway stalwart Greg Kimmons in the Kryptonite Pro Power, the McQuinn Motorsports and Automotive, Brian Thompson Roofing GTS Race Supply sponsor number 27, and Tyler Carpenter, the fastest driver in that group, second quickest right now in Dirt Draft Hot Laps with an 11.507.
We'll take that good-looking race car back to the pit area. Two-time event champion, one of three drivers to win this race twice, including Bobby Pierce, last night's prelim winner, and two-time defending event champion Brandon Shepard. As the next set of cars roll out to the Speedway, it'll be led out by the Chrome Dome, Jason Welshon out of Maryville, Tennessee, the Oda Racing Engine Savage race car, sponsored by the 2026 Ice Bowl at Talladega, J&J Trucking and Excavating, Extreme Tow and Recovery, 29 car for Jason Welshon, one win on the year for the Chrome Dome in the 29. Behind him in the 11R car, a Vic Hill power plant under the hood of the Rocket Chassis for Creighton, Kentucky's Josh Rice. 9 wins this year, the Rice Excavating and Plumbing, Sanasis Construction 11R.
Behind him is going to be the driver out of New Berlin, Illinois, the Shepherd Auto Sales and Salvage B Shep Gear Bernard Farm sponsored number 5S Super Shep. That's going to be Stevie Shepard. Behind him is a driver looking to win this race for the first time in a late model out of Chandler, Arizona, the 20RT Ricky Thornton Jr., the Knights Company's Hoker Trucking, Bill Stein Shaw's Ultimate Towing and Recovery 20RT.
The 3 of Brent Robinson out of Smithfield, Virginia, the Clements Powered Longhorn, Steel Tech Industrial Fabrication entry, and behind him the Pink Panther, the 4G of Bob Gardner. One win on the year for the driver out of Washington, Illinois, the CCG Transport, Dependable Towing, JGR Car 4G, a Pro Power Racing engine for the Longhorn of Bob Gardner in the 4G.
And Josh Rice goes to 4th. He was the fastest driver in that set of Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a lap of 1:1.619. And Dirt Draft Hot Laps doesn't pay anything, but if nothing else,
pride
might give you all the feels for going out there and laying down a decent lap at least.
Well, and also it gives you the bad feels if your weekend comes to an end. I mean, that's a tough one, man. I hate that for the joiner camp.
Yeah. Oh, who's got her inboard?
It's
boy,
Gordy.
It is Gordy.
You can see the mustache outside of his helmet.
Talked to Gordy at length down there a little bit today. It was a battery issue on Trevor's car last night, by the way. But that is Gordy Gundaker in the number 11 car. The St. Louis Screw and Bolt Hoker Trucking, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body sponsored Longhorn for the St. Charles, Missouri driver. Behind him out of El Paso, Illinois, a guy that led several laps here a few years back. That's going to be Ryan Unziker in the KDM Services Pro Tire and Automotive Low Voltage Solutions 24.
The 2B Jordan Barbie out of Verdigris, Oklahoma, the C&M Company's D&D Sport Courts Modco powered Longhorn. Hang on to it, and Barbie kisses the concrete, and Dick Trickle's throwback car, the 99 of Dan Ebert, narrowly misses him as Jordan Barbie, the Oklahoma driver, into the turn 2 concrete. That draws a Coltman Farms caution for the first time tonight. You'll see him pull away, knock the deck out of that race car a little bit, the spoiler part of the deck, and he gets in there a little hot, a little bit of smoke, and click right into the wall. Click, click, boom into that concrete, and the catch fence pulled off the spoiler. The 99E of Dan Ebert, the Dick Trickle ASA throwback car to Goldie that he drove. That is out of Lakeshore, Minnesota, the College Brothers Towing, Minnesota Truck Headquarters, and so 99 for Dan Ebert.
A couple of other drivers on the track, Ben, includes the second generation driver, the number 23 JR, as you ride along here with Gordy Gundaker. You've also got the 15-year-old out of Watson, Minnesota, the goose capital of the world. That's going to be Parker Gilbertson, Matt Gilbertson's son, in the Shocker Hitch. Coleman Motorsports Ace Media sponsored 23 JR, and one other driver, as it looks like Jordan Barbie has rolled to a stop up in turn number 4. for. One other driver on the track is going to be Carson Hocevar, out of Portage, Michigan, the 22-year-old, in that Clemens-powered Longhorn. Chili's Ride the Dente, the Chili's Ziegler Auto Group Gainbridge sponsored number 77 for Hocevar.
And a confirmation text just came in. Hunt the Front done for the weekend. They're going to be hanging out at the souvenir booth all weekend and hanging around. So Joseph Joyner done for the weekend. Mechanical issues. As Jordan Barbie caught the concrete, first lap of Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a driver out of Oklahoma, and now his car has rolled to a stop, the top of turn number 4. And I'll tell you what, I love Dan Eber. Well, one, I love the 77 on your screen, Carson Hocevar of a Chili's Ride the Dente sponsored. Get you one of those Presidente margaritas over there. Right. But I really love the Dick Trickle number 99. And, Dan Ebert's dad worked on Dick Trickle's ASA car, and that was Goldie, that theme car. And that is one of the many, many cool wraps that has been brought here to the event this weekend. And, man, I just love the throwback flair.
Who did last year? Who did the Bobby Allison Alabama game throwback with the gold
car? Oh, that was Wilson.
Alabama,
Wilson, the 4W.
Out of Margaret, Alabama?
Yes.
Boy, we are old.
It escapes us. Don't know if I paid the cable bill when I remember that. So.
It's been a tough break for Jordan Barbie. I talked to him a couple different times leading up to this, man. And number one, he always brings one of the cleanest looking race cars here. And he was excited, man. He was super excited about coming in this year, and he had some bad luck last year as well. Told me that he was trying to shake that, and unfortunately it doesn't look like that's going to happen, at least early on. We'll see if they can go back and get that car repaired. You do wonder, it was billowing just a little bit of smoke out from underneath of it before he hit the wall as well. So you wonder if the issues might be a little more permanent in that 2B.
Speaking of the wall, Blake, you touched on this. We did not, you can tell that the surface has a much different moisture content tonight. The wall on both ends, we did not have mud caked like that on the wall at all last night.
Not at all. And I talked to Derek about that, how he mentioned how much different the track is compared to a night ago. And boy, it is actually caked on the wall over here in 3 and 4, 5, 6 inches deep on the wall. So gonna have to do some wall scraping at some point, I have to imagine.
That was like a broken right front spring on Jordan Barbie's cars we're getting from Race Control. So that is the latest update on that one. And we've also got our Star Spangled Banner issues straightened out for the night, so that's good to know too.
Okay, well,
so we're good. So Trenton Berry, Quit Sweating Bullets.
Well, good. I can't wait for Trenton to sing it.
Yeah, Trenton, talk to your friend. He will be there. So.
Okay, so we are confirmed.
Yes, he will be in the suite and ready. If not, bring your singing boys.
Is it the place we spoke about?
I have no idea. He's your friend. He's all of our friends, but he's
all of our friends. Yes, but he's
okay.
Talk to your friend.
Well, hey, listen, it's clear as mud. So what could go wrong?
Mud on the wall at the dome. Trenton Jason Fagerberry. I love it. Oh man, I was laughing. The Jason Fager crew were down there today, and they wore white pants to match the car last night. How about those vanilla cycles? I don't even know. And they made the comment by the end of the night those white pants were no longer white. They were dome dirty.
We one year when I was house announcer at Eldora, they had us wear white pants. And again, that worked out for about 1 week, I think, for the guys in the infield.
I could not sit on my couch at home and wear white pants without getting them filthy. That is making a disaster. Much respect to John Gibson. He's been doing it for a long time.
Absolutely.
I cannot pull that one off.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. World Outlaws released their sprint car schedule yesterday. Man, a lot of big stuff. I tell you what, dirt track racing right now, there is a lot of exciting stuff going on, and I love where we're at as we head into 2026.
Yeah, and I don't care if it's dirt late models, if it's midgets, if it's micro sprints, if it's wing sprint cars, if it's big block modifieds, if it's IMCA stock cars, if it's Crown Vics, man. A lot of great things to be happy about, and we love that you're here at these big events, but please go out and support your weekly racetracks as well. 100%. They need it, and listen, we love going and working these big events, but support those local tracks too.
Hey, I just wanted to comment too, you mentioned the World of Outlaws schedule coming out. A mint way to bring it out too, with the throwback look to the 2002 World of Outlaws game. Sorry, the event staff is yelling in the background. I don't know why.
I've only played that World of Outlaws game from 2022 about 2,022 times. I still have it.
Yeah, credit to them. That was an awesome release.
Love it. Well, Derek Fetter leads the next set of cars out in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. F&S Collision, Big Sticky's Barbecue entry out of Troy, Missouri. The Rocket by Cordy, Creason Racing Engine 32F. And behind him, the 8 car. That's me, Kyle Steffens out of St. Charles, Missouri. The Warlock and the Longhorn. Shepherd Development powered Performance Plus Global Logistics, Spartan Transportation, Brendan Ward Motorsports, number 8 for Kyle Steffens.
Patoka, Indiana's Jonathan Woods, the next driver on your screen. He's going to be in that Rocket Mark Cummins powered number 111, the Gitco Motor Express Smoke and Gun Truck and Phoenix Graphics sponsored car. There's the 20 of the O-Show, Jimmy Owens, out of Newport, Tennessee, in the Rocket Vic Hill, the Elite Ready Mix Capital Waste Ultimate Towing and Recovery sponsored car. And one other driver on the track is going to be the 128 of Kylan Garner, who was heckling Ben in the pit area earlier out of Sarcoxy, Missouri, in the Rocket Modco powered number 1 with the little 28. Good to see Kylan back with us. The Carter Wealth Management Shiny Heiny Truck Wash, one of my very favorite sponsors. Phase 2 Technology Double Down Asphalt sponsored car for Kylan Garner.
It occurs to me in the pit area, a lot of these guys like to harass me, but it's probably because I harass them too, so it's fun. And Kylan had a big year, man. He's now back-to-back Revival Late Model Series champion.
4 wins this year, too. Good
and he is my Deathridge Opticians dark horse here tonight. I think Kylan Garner is going to shine bright. Mine outperformed your last night. I had Tyler Peterson as my Deathridge Opticians dark horse last night. Who's yours tonight, DJ?
My Deathridge Opticians dark horse of the night is going to be
Jonathan Davenport. That's probably what you would do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr. Jonathan. No, I'm going to go with Super Shep. Remember, he was good here last year and ran into a little bit of bad luck. He was up front leading a heat race last year. Has only run again a handful of races this year. Just got back into racing a little bit last year. Good to see Super Shep back. He is going to be my Deathridge Opticians dark horse of the night.
All right, well, the next set of cars are getting set to come out, and the Great Scott. It's from Back to the Future, the 58 of Garrett Alberson. The amount of people standing around that car down there today. People love that race car. You know, 1993 was the first big super late model event I ever went to, and it was the Show Me 100 at West Plains. The cars kind of looked like that back then, you know. That brings back a lot of memories. We're going to scrape the walls. We're going to do a search party, maybe looking for a little debris. So we're going to step aside. Thanks to marketing partners. When we come back, we will continue here from the Dome in America Center, night number 2, the 9th annual Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly's. Don't go anywhere.
Allgaier Performance is your one-stop shop for all your parts, tires, shocks, and fabrication needs. From drag strips to your local dirt track and asphalt tracks, Allgaier Performance can get what you need on track and into victory lane. Allgaier Performance is now the Midwest dealer for Longhorn chassis, complete with cars and genuine Longhorn parts and components. Stop by our locations in Springfield, Illinois, or Brownsburg, Indiana, or visit online at allgaierperformance.com.
We are a full mechanical facility. Anything short of body work or paint work we do on this location. We've got 20 bays. The equipment is second to none. Any kind of mechanical repair, from a simple oil change, alignments, tires, simple brake squeal, preventative maintenance, tune-ups, transmission services, anything that car needs, we can handle. More than anything, I just want people to feel comfortable when they're at Tucker's Automotive.
Close Racing Supply in Eldred, Pennsylvania has been in business for 30 years serving the motorsports industry. CRS sells top-notch parts for dirt late models, modifieds, and stock clip race cars. CRS provides high-quality suspension parts through their own CRS Race Components division. In stock are parts from top manufacturers like All-Star Performance, Wares Machine, Sweet Manufacturing, Winters Performance, Willwood Brakes, and many others. Orders are shipped out daily using UPS, FedEx, and truck freight. Find out more at closeracingsupply.com.
The time has come, Gateway Dirt. You could win this brand new 2025 DRT Dirt Late Model Plus $20,000 cash. Every dollar you spend equals 1 entry into the giveaway, or you can enter via FastPass and get bonus entries. Check this car out on site at Gateway Dirt Section 142. If you are not attending Gateway Dirt, that's okay. Go online to racedrt.com and get entered to win before the winner is drawn on Saturday, December 6th.
Get lifted, loaded, and jacked up on the hill. Let me hear you sing Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Minnesota Truck Headquarters. Minnesota Truck Headquarters.
Welcome back here to Gateway at the Dome. They're working on the racetrack, scraping the walls. So we got a little bit of time here around the concourse. We're just outside of turn number 3. I have Gage Rains with me here, one of the guys on the board for the Mod Lights of Arkansas. One of the great things about dirt track racing is we're all celebrating the upper echelon, the very top of the sport here this weekend. But any given Friday and Saturday night, it takes racers and teams and fans and competitors and racetracks for all sorts of racing. And it's cool to be able to take an event of this magnitude and shine a light on something truly grassroots. Talk to me a little bit about the Mod Lights of Arkansas, your involvement with it, and where you're planning to head.
I got you. Yeah, so we're originally called the Arkansas Dwarf Car Association. 2019, we went to the Mod Lights of Arkansas Traveling Series, and in 2021, we were one of the first groups to go IMCA sanctioned, and we've never looked back. We've had an awesome couple of years with several different championships and Rookies of the Years. We race all over Arkansas and the surrounding states. We go anywhere from Batesville Motor Speedway up to Riverside International. We were based out of I-30 before they closed. Loved that place and just had a really good time there and all over the state. It's a great group. We're racer based, so everything's elected by the racers as far as the board members, and then it's for the racers. We give everything back. We're a nonprofit organization. Anything we make goes back into the to the club at the end of the year, and it's we start fresh every year. It's just a great group of guys to race with. We're well known all over the country for our racing, and it's just a fun time. Love to see more people in it.
Matt, I appreciate you very much. Ben Shelton, you've got a ride potentially this year. Mod Lights of Arkansas.
That will be that potential will leave somebody else riderless after I get through with it. So, well, next to the Cars on Speedway, Garrett Alverson, Back to the Future, circa 2000 body style. Put it in my veins. I love it.
Please, Rick Schwally, Steve Francis, anybody else, please make this the body styles moving forward.
Oh, man. Behind him, the 7M making his debut with Coleman Farms Racing. Donald McIntosh, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn, MPM Marketing, Special Needs School of Gwinnett sponsors on that 7M for a one-time winner. This year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. And a big puff of smoke is making its way out there.
Lucas Lowry.
Oh, man. The Dyersburg, Tennessee driver, and that's not what you want to see.
No, absolutely not. The Lowry Wrecker Service, J&P Repair, Mallard Estate-sponsored Black Diamond race car for Lucas Lowry. A couple other drivers out there in that group. There's the Christmas tree strapped to the roof of the 96 of Tanner English. Are you kidding
You got to
me?
multitask.
And he was fastest. He's the fastest driver overall. You want to know speed secrets? Put a damn Christmas tree on the roof of your car. Go fast.
I got some of those air fresheners on my front window. They've never made me any faster, but I should have put the whole damn tree on the top of the car.
Put the whole tree on it. You're unbeatable.
I talked to him in the pits, guys, and he said if we are fast in hot laps, we're going to talk to Cody to see if we can just leave it on all night long. Well, guess what? I think Cody's probably got a conversation coming his way here shortly.
Somebody just cut down an oak tree in the parking lot beside the racetrack, beside the building. Oh, no. Save the trees program.
The next driver on the speedway is going to be Amelia Eisenschenk.
No tree.
We saw
Christmas tree
her sister run last night. This is the 18-year-old out of Fargo, Minnesota, the Donnie Schatz Racing Petro Shopping Center. Schatz Crossroads sponsored #1. Then it's going to be one of the Dome darlings in the 75 out of Wills Point, Texas. That is Patrick Daniel. 10 wins on the year for the Superior Class Mir Velocity USA. Lloyd Family Racing sponsored rocket for Patrick Daniel.
What a cool hometown to have. Hell's Corners, Wisconsin. That's where Jamie Zidar is from, the American Foundation Specialist, JJ Enterprises, Longshot Sports Bar, Pro Power Racing Engine Team, Zero Race Car. In the 1G, rolling out of turn #4, Devin Gilpin, 6-time winner this year. 5 of those at Brownstown, 1 at Circle City, the Clements Powered Longhorn, offices of Fleetwood Markle, Real-Time Renovations, and Blondie's Pizzeria, all sponsors for Devin Gilpin in the 1G, 3-time dirt car modified champion.
There's Bam Bam, Brock Pinkerus making his debut at the Dome, the 15-year-old out of Ellenville, New York, in the Clements Powered Rocket Chassis. Russ King turning the wrenches on the Northeast Paving and Seal Coat. Russ King Racing. Napa sponsored at number 555 for Brock Pinkerus, who was a winner at State Line earlier this year.
It seemed like he won a lot more than that, though.
No doubt. Then it's going to be Jupiter City, Florida's. Jupiter, Florida. Why
Jupiter City?
Oh, well, I don't know. When I was typing my notes, I put Jupiter City for some reason. That does not exist, but what does exist is Jupiter, Florida, for Clay Harris and H. our power plant under his Longhorn. The Wilkerson Farms Dunright Construction, Boswell Oil. National Fragile X Foundation sponsored 6 for Clay Harris.
First time to the Dome for Clay Harris, and up and down here for that driver. Checker flag drops on that wave of hot laps, and looks like Brock Pankhurst faster. Bam Bam, the 555. And nobody had a Christmas tree, so nobody went to the top of the leaderboard in that set.
Shame on you. They are going to.
Now, does it have to be a real tree?
That Christmas tree is going to be in
a pre-lit tree?
Safe. Is it one of the pencil trees? Is it a Charlie? What do you put a Charlie Brown tree on there?
After some of these cars out here, they would look like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree after a couple of laps around this place.
Well, there's a guy that told us that he had a late night last night, but he's ready to rock and roll today. It's going to be Jake Tim out of Winona, Minnesota. Good to see Jake Tim with us in the Gorilla Mill Herco Company's Mesilla Valley Transportation sponsored number 49.
The 16G of Rusty Griffall, and he wanted to give a big shout out to Larry Wolf Motorsports. Larry's under the weather, but he's a big supporter of that team. Rusty, a 2-time winner this year out of Festus, Missouri. The Mark Blank Racing Engines Kryptonite race car for Rusty Griffall.
Is that Tom Mintz on the racetrack at Maximum Destruction? No, that's Maximum Dome Destruction, and it's Mike Marler of the Delta Equipment Mesilla Valley Transportation. Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors Longhorn got a 157 on the road. There's a former leader of some laps in the Gateway Dirt Nationals, former I-500 winner Cody Bauer out of Farmville, Minnesota. That's right. That's right. The Forbes Construction Excavation Domination Race Cars 19X. Mark Whitener on the track in the number 5. Next driver on the Speedway. I believe it's his first time at the Dome as well. Out of Middleburg, Florida, the Southeast Shore Paracala Restaurant Supply entry. And speaking of monster trucks, there's James Trantina in the number 19X. Doesn't get to do as much racing as what he used to. The 40-year-old out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. He's the owner of Collins Brothers Towing of St. Cloud. And the American Racing Wheels Granite City Motor Car and Soil sponsored 19X for James Trantina III.
No Christmas trees in that set. No new fast time here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Mark Whitener in the 5W, another big year for that driver. 13 wins, lucky 13 in the Dome. What could go wrong? A baker's dozen for the 5W this year. Race City Performance Engine under the hood. Next set of cars make their way out, and they'll be led out by the 114E of Evan Kohler out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. The Ultimate Towing Recovery, Capital Waste, Clements Powered Longhorn, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the side of that race car. So that 4 times really fast. And behind him, the fastest man alive.
There's our boy.
That's right, Dakota Smith in cart number 89. He's back at the Dome, and he's done cardio in the offseason. We'll keep an eye on him in car 89. Who else have we got?
We got Jeffrey Ledford out of Pontiac, Illinois, in the Dynasty chassis, the Mullins-powered AgTech Advantage. Bomber Reynolds, Tire Slick, Adkins Seat Service sponsor number 8, and one other driver on the track is going to be the 84 Miles Moose, a former prelim winner here at Gateway in the Fuel Factory Me Realty Barry Wright icon for the Lincoln, Illinois driver. That is Miles Moose in the 84. He also added, texted me this past week, Miles Moose, he's doing his own financial now, Miles Moose Country Financial on the side of the 84.
He does it all.
No Christmas trees, Ben. Nobody to the top of the leaderboard. It's as easy as that.
Oh, man. I love it. We know there's a deck height. Is there, is there a ride height for the roof?
A roof light?
How many guys do you think are scrambling outside trying to find the local Christmas tree spot get one for time trials?
Listen, I know some of these guys in the pits. There's a couple fellers out there with a hacksaw right now roaming downtown St. Louis.
Went to the toter and got their wife's fern out of there, and they've cut it down and strapped to the roof. The 40B, Kyle Bronson out of Brandon, Florida. In the Cal Green Motorsports Transcell Incorporated Vicule Powered Longhorn, Brandon Overton. Some good looking cars in this set. As Bronson caught the concrete. The 76 of Brandon Overton, the Budweiser, Riggs, Fiber, Garntos Southern, Clements Powered Factory Longhorn entry, a 4-time winner this year.
We've also got, I was busy watching Kyle Bronson try to knock the fence down. There's Jason Riggs in the 81. Talked to him earlier today. He is very excited about this weekend. The Riggs Fiber, Longhorn Dynamics Best One Tire and Service sponsored 81 for him. And there's Chase Osterhoff out of Kankakee, Illinois in the Osterhoff Fence Country Flower Market. Meineke sponsored number 130 for 2-time winner this year, Chase Osterhoff. And was KB40 fastest in that set?
I think he was. Racetrack dropping off just a little bit, as you would expect, as they work through here through Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And let's see, we showed times for, that might have been about it right there, because I think we had one set that may not have registered. And we cannot see the staging lanes below us, but I do believe that is going to be the end of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. On the flip side, we have got Hellraiser Jacks qualifying. $1,000 to the fast qualifier. Of course, last night, Montana's Michael Leach picked up $1,000 fastest lap of the night overall. And tonight, $1,000 will be on the line once again. That's going to be coming up next. They're getting cars ready back in the pit area. They're going to take a look at the racetrack, see what they need to do before we have Hellraiser Jacks qualifying. So we're going to step aside. Thanks to marketing partners. When we come back, we're going to get some interviews. We're going to qualify some cars, and we're going to play in the dirt in the dome. This is the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly's. You're either in a house or watching it on FloRacing. We'll be right back.
Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales, Paducah, Kentucky. If you're in the market for a like-new, pre-owned motorhome or trailer, give us a call today or check us out at chasecoach.com. Lots of inventory in stock, normally something to fit every budget. Financing available, we deliver nationwide, and we accept trade-ins too. I would love to earn your business.
This February, it's time to trade the cold for the coast. The Clash on the Coast roars back to life on February 21st through 28th, 2026. IMC stock cars, sport mods, and modifieds light up Northwest Florida Speedway and Deep South Speedway. Then, hit the beach for the ultimate racecation destination. During the off days, enjoy the Clash Bash deck party, the Cruise Orange Beach Dolphin Cruises, and more. Racing, sunshine, beaches, and family fun. This is Clash on the Coast 2026, presented by IMC8.TV.
I love
For more than 35 years, Flying A Motorsports has been the trusted name in race trailers, motor coaches, and toter homes. As the world's #1 Intech trailer dealer, Flying A leads the way in custom-designed race trailers and car haulers built to fit your vision. With a massive lineup of in-stock inventory and fully built custom builds from top brands like Intech, Renegade, Showhauler, T&E, Bravo, and C-Tech, we're ready to equip racers at every level. Whether you're a dirt racer, drag racer, or hot rodder alike, we have something for you.
Engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler. Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you. Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts. This isn't just a race, it's the race. 500 miles of glory, a million memories, one place. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. You gotta see it to believe it. Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
Stronger, lighter. The Sweet Manufacturing 600 Series Sportsman Steering Box is a game changer. Up to 6 pounds lighter. Multiple ratios available and built for peak performance. Sweet Manufacturing. Let us turn your wheels.
What does it mean to be built with Summit? It means turning some rust into rolling artwork. Built with Summit means you're making something that was already fast, even faster. It means that your project will be on the road or track long after you've bolted it together. And Built with Summit means you're doing it with in-stock parts, fast shipping, expert advice, and the best prices. Summit Racing Equipment. Let's build it together. SummitRacing.com.
Tickets for the 2026 Season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dome in America's Center. We're in St. Louis, Missouri for night 2 of the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. And we have got the Velocita Super Elite models making their way into staging for Hellraiser Jack's time trials. 3 cars at a time, 2 laps, the fastest of the 2-lap stand. The field divided into Group A and Group B, Ben. Group A will qualify against themselves. That'll set the stages for heat races 1, 2, and 3 tonight. We'll wipe the slate clean. Group B will then qualify against themselves, and that will set the lineups for heats 4, 5, and 6. Do we see anybody putting Christmas trees on the roof of their car right now?
There may be there might be a group boycotting outside because there's trees being cut down all over St. Louis to get them on race cars.
I'm excited to see if this carries over to other events that we have on Flow. I mean, at the Snowball Derby, high limited
look.
What if someone, listen, if one of those micros at the Tulsa shootout come out with a Christmas tree?
The tree's bigger than the car. And actually, they worry about wicker bills in racing. How about Christmas trees? All right, here we go. Well, it's Devin Morgan on the Speedway out of Greenville, South Carolina. The Fitkill Powertrain chassis, Carswell Grading, Oh So Good, Mountain Spring Water, Kenny Harris Grading, and Rod Roberts Trucking, all sponsors for Devin Morgan, a 5-time winner last year / this year. The 17 car, that'll be Austin Howes out of Lewistown, Missouri. 17 Racing, On Track Nutrition, HR Enterprises, Cornet Powered Rocket, and Joseph Joyner not going to be there. It'll be the 55 car. The 55E, I should say, of Eli Johnson out of Moorhaven, Florida. The Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing, Total Claim Source, Gutter Tech, Eagle Powered Longhorn.
First laps have been locked in. Second lap time's going up now. It's going to be Devin Morgan, second quick. Best lap 11.994. Austin Howes quickest right now, 11.979. And Eli Johnson tops them both. He set the early bar, Ben, with an 11.879 for South Haven, Florida's Eli Johnson.
Up next out of Pine Grove, Louisiana, the 995 of Manny Falcon. The 14 of Will Harrington, Will with 1L out of Hawkinsville, Georgia. And Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia in the 49. Manny Falcon, the Dylan Scott Music, Arizona Sport Shirts, Team Zero Race Car 995. And Will Harrington, he's going to be in a Jason Welshon team car for the driver in car 14 that comes to us out of Hawkinsville, Georgia. The Extreme Towing Recovery, JJ Trucking and Excavating, 2026 Ice Bowl at Talladega, Competition Racing Equipment, Clements Powered Savage Race Car. Will Harrington, 6 wins this year. And Jonathan Davenport, a 21-time winner this year, the 3-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, the Nutrient Ag Solutions, Bilstein ASC Warranty, Dongro Seed, Lucas Oil Products, Mark Martin Automotive Group, Midwest Sheet Metal, Clements Powered Longhorn for Jonathan Davenport.
Eli Johnson, the early time to beat after 3 cars, been with an 11.879. We'll see what the next trio has in store. No Christmas trees on the roof. Manny Falcon, 12.060. Will Harrington to the top of the leaderboard, 11.824. And Jonathan Davenport, third quick on lap 1, 11.882. Remember, he was quick in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Someone just ripped the spoiler off, and I think it was Jonathan Davenport. Will Harrington, his best lap, 11.824, the early time to beat. And Jonathan Davenport, no spoiler, no problem.
No Christmas tree.
That is now the time to beat, 11.772. Superman Jonathan Davenport, quickest after 6.
Yeah, and he's got Stein shocks on there. The bill got left over in turn number 2 as it ripped off part of the Bill Stein. All right, well, that's the time to beat without a Christmas tree. We may have a fast time with a Christmas tree and without. We'll check in on that later. Brennan Willard out of Lebanon, Missouri in the 3W. Lance Bracington and the Kel Yarbrough throwback out of Lexington, South Carolina, the 11B. And Dylan Knowles out of Lynette, Alabama in the 66K. Brennan Willard, the Allgaier Performance, Willard Asphalt Performance Plus, Springfield Raceway, TJR Motorsports, VG Performance, Fitkill Powered Longhorn, former asphalt track champion at Lebanon I-44, and Bolivar Speedway track champion, Bolivar Speedway in the 3W. The 11B of Lance Bracington, Kryptonite Race Car, B&B Performance Racing Engine, Mr. B's Heating and Air, Savannah River Land Management, Ricken M. Woodcrafters and Racing for Heroes entry, and Dylan Knowles in 66K, the Lynette, Alabama driver, 2-time winner this year in the Fowler's Alignment and Brake Service, Klein Logistics, Fox Shocks by Juiceman Speed, SK Motorsports, 66K for Dylan Knowles.
White flag going out. Brendan Willard, 7th quick on lap 1. Lance Bracington will be 8th fastest his first lap, and now Dylan Knowles goes to 7th on lap number 1. Second lap times, first for Brendan Willard. He's 8th quick, best lap 12.250. Lance Bracington braces the wall down in turns 3 and 4. His lap is going to be 9th quick, 12.794, and Dylan Knowles going to clock in 5th quick. His best lap, 11.990 after 9 cars. Jonathan Davenport, Will Harrington, Eli Johnson, your top 3.
I like Blake Anderson started out there to get the piece of body, and then he was looking around for somebody else to go get it. He was acting like he was making the effort.
There were cars coming. There were cars coming.
Safety first.
Frogger.
Safety first, Blakey. The 19M of Brendan Smith out of Dade City, Florida. Up next, his new ride with JCM Motorsports, Hudson O'Neal in the 71. 12-time winner this year out of Martinsville, Indiana. And Greg Kimmons, the veteran out of Pleasant Plains, Illinois in the 27K. Brendan Smith, a Durham-powered Rocket XR1, number 19M, the JCM Motorsports Guardian Hurricane Protection, Big Daddy's Cattle, Wicks, Top Notch Customs, and Plum Crazy Plumbing, all sponsors for Brendan Smith's 19M. Meanwhile, Hudson O'Neal, 4th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings this year for the 2023 Series champion, the Clements Powered Longhorn, SSI Motorsports, Triple O Outfitters, Wheeler Metals, Merrill Bonding, Subsurface of Indiana, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, all sponsors for Huddy. And Greg Kimmons, the veteran, coming to us out of Pleasant Plains, Illinois, the Pro Power Racing Engine Kryptonite race car, McQuinn Motorsports and Automotive, Brian Thompson Roofing, King Edward Fried Chicken, and GTS Race Supplies, all sponsors for Greg Kimmons.
Yeah, King Edward Fried Chicken. All right, white flag going out for the number 19, Emma Brendan Smith. 2nd quick, good last, 1-1-8-1-1. Hudson O'Neal to the top of the leaderboard, 11.749. Greg Kimmons, 11.12.495. Lap number 2. Brendan Smith, the time to beat, 11.689. Move over everybody. Hudson O'Neal, 2nd quick. His best lap, 11.749. And Greg Kimmons, his best lap, 10th, 12.172. How about it? The new driver for JCM Motorsports immediately goes to the top of the leaderboard. Brendan Smith with an 11.689. That's quickest after 12.
Dade City, Florida World Takeover here at the Dome. Coming up next will be Rusty Schlenk out of McClure, Ohio in the 91 car. Tyler Carpenter, 2-time event champion out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, the 28. And Gordy Gundaker, former prelim winner in the 11G out of St. Charles, Missouri. That's your next 3 qualifiers. Rusty Schlenk, the Buckeye Concrete Coating, Velocity USA, Hauser Mechanical, Terry Henricks Auto Group, Integra, Tom Finch Automotive, number 91.
Where's Gordy?
Who are we missing?
Gordy is not...
Gordy not in staging lanes.
No.
Okay, we'll try to get an update there. Chris Moore, we're talking to you, brother. The 28C, 2-time event champion, Tyler Carpenter, as Gordy's rolling into the building right now, maybe just a tad late to the party. And yeah, he's going to pass Bob Gardner, wholesale slide job in the staging lanes. Tyler Carpenter will be in this set, the State Line Construction, DCS and DC&S Logistics, Weir's Machine, Velocita, Holdren Incorporated Construction Services, Eisner Powered Kryptonite. 17 wins on the year for Tyler Carpenter. He won this race in 2019. Then after a year off for COVID, he won it in 2021. And Gordy should be making his way out there in the 11G out of St. Charles, Missouri. 2-time Herald and Review champion, the STL Screw and Bolt. Hooker Trucking, Ted Brown Quality Paint and Body, Kaiser Manufacturing, K1, Clements Powered Longhorn for Gordy Gundaker. And DJ, how about Brendan Smith, Florida, the time to beat with an 11.689 and Hellraiser Jacks qualified.
Yeah, he didn't even have a Christmas tree strapped to the roof of his race car as well.
Could have done a 9-second lap with one.
Pretty impressive indeed. So we're going to bring that next trio out. I always love the bright pink Rusty Schlenk cars, man. He's had bright pink on his car for as long as I've known him, and that's been just about my entire life.
That's a sharp car. I love the gray. Oh, the gray. He's going to go ahead and give it a dome customization.
Yeah. Speaking of bright pink, we got Tyler Carpenter out there as well, and now Gordy out on the racetrack. Nobody with a Christmas tree on the roof of the race car, so we'll see if they're still able to get fast time. Brendan Smith, the time to beat with an 11.689. Rusty Schlenk will be 10th quick on lap number 1. First lap time for Tyler Carpenter, 4th quick, good lap. And the first trip around for Gordy Gundaker is 14th. Lap number 2, Rusty Schlenk takes a very different line down in turns 3 and 4. He'll be 11th, 12.121 is his best lap. Tyler Carpenter, 4th quick. His best lap is an 11.797, and Gordy Gundaker's best lap good enough for 13th, 1.2.186. So Brendan Smith, Hudson O'Neal, Jonathan Davenport, that's still your top 3 after 15 cars.
A little bit of trash collection up there at the top of turn number 2. Put in the recycle bin. We'll bring out the next 3 cars. Ryan Unziker will lead the next set out of El Paso, Illinois. The Gremlin in the 24 car with 78 of Chad Zobrist, Dome veteran out of Highland, Illinois, and Bob Gardner, the Pink Panther Panther in the 4G out of Washington, Illinois. Ryan Unziker, the KDM Services, Pro Tire and Automotive, Low Voltage Solutions, Fuel Factory Race Fuels, Mosquito Hero, Pro Power Racing Engine, Longhorn, former March champion and UMP National champion in car 24. 6 wins on the year for Ryan Unziker. Meanwhile, he'll be joined by Jason Welshin, the Chrome Dome, making his way out in this set out of Maryville, Tennessee. To 2022 Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series champion, a 2-time champion at Smoky Mountain Boyds in Cleveland. In the Extreme Towing and Recovery, JJ Trucking Excavating. 2026 Ice Bowl sponsored Yoder Racing Engine Savage race car for Jason Welshin, who picked up 1 win this year. And Chad Zobrist in Kart 78, a 5-time starter in the Gateway Dirt Nationals. 1 win this year came at Highland Speedway back in July. The Dargy powered rocket chassis, sponsored by Renderer Farms, Cool Creek Resort, Suver Plumbing, Roniker Farms, RKR Appraisals, and Timco Heating and Cooling, all sponsors for Chad Zobrist.
So again, Brendan Smith, the time to beat, an 11.689. We've had 15 drivers attempt to lap. No Christmas trees on the roof in this set of Hellraiser Jacks qualifying as well. First driver to lay down a lap time is going to be the El Paso Express. That's Ryan Unziker, and he's going to trip the trigger 10th quick, 12.001. First lap for Jason Welshin is 16th fastest, and Chad Sober's first lap is now 16th quick. Got a couple dome darlings out there in this one, Ben. Ryan Unziker stays 10th, his best lap 12.001. Welshin scrubs off a little bit of speed, his best lap 12.202, 15th, and Chad Zobrist will bump up to 12th quick, his best lap 12.081. 18 drivers have now attempted a lap in Hellraiser Jacks qualifying. Brendan Smith in the JCN Motorsports 19M, still the time to beat, Ben, with an 11.689, and scavenging the racetrack for debris is becoming the norm after each trio now.
And banner vandalization. We see a lot of banner vandalization. We're slowly eliminating them all over there in 1 and 2. I think by the time the night's over, we could be done with them. Well, up next will be the Pink Panther Bob Gardner out of Washington, Illinois in the 4G. Ricky Thornton Jr. out of Chandler, Arizona, the 20 RT. And another junior in the form of Steve Shepard Jr. out of New Berlin, Illinois, Super Shep in the 5S. Bob Gardner of the CCG Transport, Dependable Towing, JGR, VG Performance, Stealth Carburetors, Weirs, ML Performance, Pro Power Racing Engine, Longhorn 4G. 1 win this year for Bob Gardner. Ricky Thornton Jr. in the 20 RT, the Kohler Motorsports, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Elite Ready Mix, Hoker Trucking, Coleman Farms Racing, Knights Companies, Cornet Powered Longhorn. 25 wins on the year for the 2024 Lucas Oil and FloRacing Night in America champion, and last night's modified feature winner, Ricky Thornton Jr., Steve Shepard Jr. in the Shepard Auto Sales B-Shep Gear, Bernard Farms Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket 5S for Steve Shepard Jr., the 2007 Northern All-Stars champion. How about that? That's a deep dive right there.
That is a deep dive, and he is my Deathridge Opticians dark horse of the night, as well as RTJ grabs the wall down in turns 1 and 2. He loses some speed. First lap time for the Pink Panther is 18th quick. Ricky Thornton Jr. is 19th, and Stevie Shepard is going to be 16th. Lap number 2, we'll see what Bob Gardner has. Not a dirt car sanctioned event, so he's good to go.
Ouch.
He is 18th fastest, 12.216. RTJ up to 4th, 11.1780. And Super Shep, my Deathridge Opticians dark horse, he is 7th, 11.485. We've now had 21 drivers qualify. Brendan Smith, Hudson O'Neill, Jonathan Davenport, the top 3. Then Ricky Thornton Jr., Tyler Carpenter, Will Harrington rounds out the top 6.
Welcome to the Dome for the first time for Smithfield, Virginia's Brent Robinson. Brent Robinson out of Smithfield, Virginia, not Midville, Field, Virginia in the 3R. Bree Whitmore will be in the set in the 22 and the 11R of Josh Rice out of Crittenden, Kentucky. Brent Robinson out of Smithfield, Virginia. The Clements Powered Longhorn, Steel Tech Industrial Fabrication, BPS Automotive, Possum Quarter Farms. Go check that one out, DJ. And cart number 3 out of Virginia, the 11R out of Kentucky from Crittenden. It's Josh Rice, 9-time winner this year, the 3-time defending Northern All-Star champion. The Rice Excavating and Plumbing, Synasys Construction, Air Max Heating and Cooling, Vic Kill Powered Rocket. And Bree Whitmore, she comes to us out of McMinnville, Tennessee. The Riverside Custom, Blacks Heating and Air, Toei Boats, Auto World, Whitmore Racing Engine, Swartz Race Car for Bree Whitmore.
Brent Robinson 21st, Josh Rice 16th, and Bree Whitmore 24th on lap number 1. Lap 2 for Brent Robinson, 15th, much better lap, 1:2:108. Josh Rice, new quick time, 11.523. 23 for Josh Rice. And Bree Whitmore, 24th, 13010. Gateway, yet a new quick qualifier. It's Crittenden, Kentucky's Josh Rice with an 11.523.
The final ride in that final weekend in that ride, and I tell you what, he may go out with a bang. The 20 up next, that'll be Jimmy Owens out of Newport, Tennessee. The number 2B, if they got it back together, Jordan Barbie out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Derek Fetter out of Troy, Missouri in the 32F. Jimmy Owens, 2025 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series champion, 4-time Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion, the Kohler Motorsports, Hommel Construction, Elite Ready Mix, Capital Electric, Cheap Cars, Elite Towing and Recovery, Vic Hill Powered Rocket Chassis. 6 wins on the year for Jimmy Owens. Jordan Barbie in Car 2B out of Verdigris, Oklahoma, the Modco Powered Longhorn. He's there. And the CNN Companies, D&D Sport Courts, Extreme Graphics, Brown Supply, Elite Construction, Tony Jackson Jr. Racing, Modco Powered Longhorn. And in this set, Derek Fetter, another one of the veterans of the Dome out of Troy, Missouri in the 32F. F&S Collision, Big Sticky's Barbecue, BK Color Creations, Kaiser Wills, Ron Mill State Farm, Creason Powered Rocket for Derek Fetter.
Jimmy Owens, 14th on lap number 1. He had a good line around this racetrack. Jordan Barbie, 24th. Glad to see he got that car repaired. And Derek Fetter, 27th. See what the O-Show's got for him on lap number 2. He looks solid. He is. He improves to 10th, 11.962 for Jimmy Owens. Jordan Barbie, 24th, 12.573. And now Derek Fetter goes to 24th with a 12.342. 27 drivers have attempted a lap. We've got, I believe, 3 more to qualify. Josh Rice, the time to beat, 11.523.
Parker Gilbertson up next out of Watson, Minnesota, Goose capital of the world, in case you were curious. The 23 junior, the Carson Hocevar will be in the 77 from the NASCAR ranks out of Portage, Michigan, and Dan Ebert in the Dick Trickle tribute car out of Lakeshore, Minnesota in the number 99. Parker Gilbertson, second in the 2025 Wasota Gen X point standings. 5 wins in that late model division. The Pro Power Racing Engine MB Custom, Shocker Hitch, Coleman Motorsports, Ace Media, Peterson Electric, and Kent's Auto Body, all sponsors on that race car. As we got people jogging onto the racetrack, off of the racetrack, body panels are falling off. It's all kinds of action.
Oh, no.
There is no Christmas tree.
There
is no green tree. There is no green tree.
No, there's still time. There's still time.
Carson Hocevar in this set. The
I love
Spire
the thought of
Motors.
somebody running in here with like a Christmas tree strapped to their back.
The irony would be impeccable. Carson Hocevar coming to us from the NASCAR Cup ranks, where he drives the Spire Motorsports number 77 tonight. And the Chili's Ride the Dente Ziegler Auto Group, Gamebridge, Delaware, Life Cornet Powered Longhorn number 77. And the number 99 car of Dan Ebert, the Collins Brothers Towing, Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Amsoil, Woody's Racing, Fox Shocks, Country Pride Excavating, Durham, Rocket XR1 for Dan Ebert. I am not going to lie, I am sad there's no Christmas tree on Tanner English's car. I said what I said.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm very sad. Parker Gilbertson going to be 25th on lap number 1. Hocevar is 15th on his first lap. Dan Ebert 10th, a good first lap time for Dan Ebert, and it's going to be one he stands on. He just plowed the wall down in turn number 1. Second lap for Gilbertson, 27th, 12.418. Hocevar improves. He goes to 11th with an 11.951, and Ebert scrubbed off speed after he hammered the wall down in turn number 1, but he will lock in 10th with an 11.950, and that should be a wrap on the Group A. And we have ripped part of the fence off as well with great timing, because we'd have a natural break in here anyway, so they're going to replace that fence panel, and we're going to show you the iBox Springs instant replay of how it happened.
And the Dick Trickle.
I told you he plowed the wall.
He plowed the concrete opening, and then he said, hold on.
No, I just want to.
Dick Trickle would have done that with a cigarette and a smile. He would have been happy
exactly
the entire way.
But he would not have done it with a Christmas tree. Fast qualifier in Hellraiser Jack's Time Trials Group A, guys, was Josh Rice. What do you got, Blake? No.
He turned his mic.
Yeah, talking to Derek Baugh, I said, looking at turn number 1, going to go kind of massage that, a little bit of a bump. Surprised how well the track stayed together. He said they worked hard overnight to get guys off the fence a little bit, and we're seeing it better down here in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, not quite as much. Also interesting, you mentioned Carson Hocevar, how fast he was. Have to tip your cap to Spire Motorsports, NASCAR Cup team, Truck Series team, and their commitment to dirt track racing as it continues to grow. Carson, Spire Motorsports theme car there, and also strong rumors of Spire Motorsports also fielding a sprint car in 2026.
Yeah, heard that as well. Might be an announcement about that coming out here within the next week or two.
I would imagine that event over in Indy, we see quite a few big announcements in the late model world and the sprint car world.
Absolutely. Well, Josh Rice was quickest in Group A in Hellraiser Jack's time trials. Here's his lap, the Crittenden, Kentucky driver in video game mode, bouncing off the wall, 11.523. Has been mentioned his last ride in the family-owned number 11. As long as that time holds up, he's going to start on the pole of Henry's Headers Heat Race number 1 a little bit later on tonight. Brendan Smith, in his first time in his new ride, the JCM Motorsports 19M, goes second quick. Hudson O'Neal was third fastest. If those times hold up, those 3 drivers will be on the pole of Heat Races 1, 2, and 3 respectively. Joining them alongside the 49 of Jonathan Davenport, the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr., and the 28 of Tyler Carpenter. Then it was Will Harrington, Stevie Shepard, Eli Johnson, and Dan Ebert rounding out the top 10. He's got a Christmas tree painted on the roof. That is not the same.
It's not the same, and I'm not happy about it.
Absolutely. They're going to replace the panel down in turn number 2. We're going to step aside and thank the folks that make this broadcast a possibility. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the 9th annual running of the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts, and you're watching it all live here on FloRacing.
PEM Racing is proudly based in the Midwest and delivers proven racing and hot rod driveline parts. PEM Premium 650 Series quick change gears are trusted by 2025 champions like Bobby Pierce, Devin Moran, Jason Fager, and Rodney Sanders. PEM builds quick change rear ends for late models, modifieds, and street stocks, 9-inch Ford rear ends, and carbon fiber steel and aluminum drive shafts. PEM Racing, driveline products to help drive you to the next checker flag or next championship.
Rolling through the sunrise, coffee in their cup. From the bustling city lights to the quiet county roads, the backbone of this nation, carrying heavy loads. Here's to the heroes on the highway, turning wheels to pave our way. Day and night they're out there moving, America's lifeline always proving.
Your Kubota was built to perform. Help protect that performance with Kubota genuine oil filters, engineered for 99.5% filtration efficiency to trap harmful contaminants and reduce wear. Premium materials, tight seals, and proven test results make the difference. Available now at your local Kubota dealership. Kubota genuine parts for those who do it right.
Voting is now open for the FloRacing Best Appearing Car Award, which is $1,000 to the super late models and $1,000 to the open wheel modifieds. There are tons of great, cool looking wraps this year at the Gateway Dirt Nationals. And again, go vote for the best appearing one at FloRacing.com.
Allgaier Performance is your one-stop shop for all your parts, tires, shocks, and fabrication needs. From drag strips to your local dirt track and asphalt tracks, Allgaier Performance can get what you need on track and into victory lane. Allgaier Performance is now the Midwest dealer for Longhorn chassis, complete with cars and genuine Longhorn parts and components. Stop by our locations in Springfield, Illinois, or Brownsburg, Indiana, or visit online at allgaierperformance.com.
The time has come, Gateway Dirt. You could win this brand new 2025 DRT Dirt Late Model Plus $20,000 cash. Every dollar you spend equals 1 entry into the giveaway, or you can enter via FastPass and get bonus entries. Check this car out on site at Gateway Dirt Section 142. If you are not attending Gateway Dirt, that's okay. Go online to racedrt.com and get entered to win before the winner is drawn on Saturday, December 6th.
The baddest street stocks on the planet return to Wynot in 2026.
Don't miss the Southern Street Stock Nationals, featuring the Crate Racing USA Street Stocks in a must-see weekend. Over 200 plus entries 1 year ago, and entertainment all weekend long, including live music. It's the Southern Street Stock Nationals at Why Not Motorsports Park, August 12th through the 15th. It's a must-see weekend. Be there.
From the back roads and country living to the big cities and racing under the lights, adventure runs on freedom and horsepower. At Fox Factory Vehicles, we believe in the American dream. With a full line of vehicles from your favorite manufacturers, we provide a turnkey solution, allowing you to drive the vehicle of your dreams without the hassle of sourcing parts, back orders, or voiding your factory warranty. For more information, check us out at foxfactoryvehicles.com.
Welcome back to the Dome at America's Center, the 9th annual Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly's. As you see, Anheuser-Busch there. You see the arch over to the left. A lot to see here in St. Louis, Missouri. And you see Group B for Hellraiser Jacks qualifying, sitting in staging. And DJ, I tell you what, there is a lot of seasonal great stuff coming up here on FloRacing. And it kicks off here at the Dome. The Snowball Derby, if it ever stops raining in Florida, who would think it would rain down there? If it ever stops raining, that's happening down there. High Limit at Perth is coming up before we know it. We run into some Australian brethren that are here from Brisbane, and I saw some from Perth today. They're going to have the High Limit Sprint cars coming December 28th through 30th, and then December 30th through January 3rd. I saw over 1,200 entries now for the Tulsa Shootout.
Oh, it's like 1,500 or 1,600 now, I think.
It continues to just swell.
I'm actually very impressed that you can read you can see what those logos are on
It's
there.
actually Braille.
I wish they could have made that a tick smaller, actually.
My vision's fine. I'm good with
would have been great.
We'll have the Wild West Shootout January 10th through 18th. Chris Kearns, Matt Curl, Jason Babiak, and the gang will head out there to the desert to Central Arizona Raceway. And of course, the Chili Bowl, January 12th through 17th. All of this on FloRacing. Strap in for racing's best. And we got some promos up our sleeves. We got a lot of fun things coming up. All of that on FloRacing. Coming up next, we're going to have Group B, Hellraiser Jacks. Tanner English will be your first qualifier. He will not have a Christmas tree.
Well, he's got a Christmas tree on. He doesn't have the real Christmas tree on the roof, and that's a shame.
It was, and you know, that is he's paying homage to a great movie with the race car. We'll leave it at that. Kylan Garner will be your second qualifier, now a two-time Revival Late Model Series champion after picking up the title this year in the 128, and Jody Knowles in the 66 out of Tyrone, Georgia. And Tanner English, again, be coming out momentarily. Four-time winner this year out of Benton, Kentucky. Only one time he has not started the Gateway Dirt Nationals, and he finished second in this event in 22 and 21. He was 12th here last year in the Coleman Farms Racing, MPM Marketing, Bill Stein C Motors, VP Racing Fuels, Dirt Car Lift, Supreme Enterprises, Clements Powered Longhorn, two-time Mars Series champion back in 2017 and 2018. We talked about Kylan Garner. He is my Deathridge Opticians dark horse here tonight, and he will be your second qualifier out in Neosho, Missouri. The Shepherd Engine Development, XR 1.2 Rocket Chassis, the Carter Wealth Management, Shiny Heine Truck Wash, Phase 2 Technology, and Double Down Asphalt, all sponsors for Kylan Garner. And your third qualifier in Group A will be the 66 of Jody Knowles out of Tyrone, Georgia. The Clayton Signs, Gentry Recycling, Sweet Victory Apparel, DJ's Racing Solutions, Performance Race Engine, Rocket Chassis. 3 wins this year, all in the 604 late model division, a couple at Penton and one at Sonoy. Blake, Chris, let's head down to the pit area where you were catching up with Boom Seneca Briggs. Down to you.
Yeah, my new friend here, Ben and DJ, said, "Oh my," when they found out it was you. You want to say anything to Ben and DJ?
I think the same thing about them. Oh my.
What are you doing down here? No race cars, no Timmy. I'm upset. I'm a T-Mac guy. I didn't bring my New York guy down here, but you're here with the Donnie Schatz Racing Camp here with the Eisenschenk girls.
Yeah, we've gotten to be good friends over the last couple of years, and they asked me to come out, and I've never been here. It's kind of a cool event to check out, and no, I mean, we're just hanging out, helping, and more of a life coach than anything.
You said flight is 10 a.m. tomorrow. Too many people for you tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I come out here last minute, and me and my wife got some plans this weekend, so yeah, I'll be out of here tomorrow morning. But no, I've had a good time. I mean, got to see a lot of people, in off season, and it's a cool event. I mean, they definitely got a lot of people here.
Good enough time to bring a race car next time, or what?
I told Logan, my nephew, probably the next time I come out, I'll probably let him race.
All right, fair enough. Well, have fun, keep coaching the girls, and we'll keep talking off camera.
Yes, sir.
There you go, guys. Boom Briggs here, owner of the Tim McCready #9 machine on the World of Outlaws Late Model Tour last year.
Boom Briggs, race car driver, car owner, and life coach. I don't know what kind of life advice he's giving to folks.
I was going to say, I have not hired him as a life coach.
I've had some suggestions from Boom that came in via text that I can't share. They're not family friendly. And you know what, though? I do love Boom. And again, he is a stalwart of the sport, from crew chief to driver to car owner. And, you know, we talked about it last night. I can't wait to see what, you know, he and McCready are going to be able to do next year, because McCready really ended the year strong. And you got to think that Tim, man, might be equipped into the World of Outlaws title in 2026. So good to see Boom here with us. And you never know who you're going to see, DJ. We talked about it. That's one thing we love about this event.
You know who we're going to see here in about 45 minutes or so? We might have Santa Claus with about 500 or so gift bags going throughout the crowd and finding some kids and passing out gift bags, and that'll be courtesy of Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Services and Dylan Thompson Racing. So we'll look for them here in about 30 to 45 minutes or so. We appreciate, again, those fine folks for doing that. As looks like they've just about got this track dressed up and ready to roll for the second half of Hellraiser Jack's time trials for the Velocita Super Late Models, and it should be the Christmas treeless Tanner English leading this first trio out. As you mentioned, he, Kylan Garner, and Jody Knowles. Trenton Berry, never mind. Trenton, hang on to that thought. They just gave him the command to fire up the engines, and I hope nobody was planning on running the bottom, because she is moist down there on the bottom in turns 3 and 4.
Well, DJ's going to get himself recomposed. We'll go into Hellraiser Jack's qualifying. Tanner English makes his way out. Kylan Garner and Jody Knowles. That's your first 3 qualifiers. And these will be the cars tonight in heat races 4, 5, and 6. DJ, you're back.
I'm here. All right.
You're back-ish.
Tanner English was quickest in dirt draft hot laps, and the reason he ended the Christmas tree on the top of the car may have ended up in the fence right now. He just laid down a whale of a lap. 11.677. Kylan Garner 12.117, and Jody Knowles 12.315. Lap 2, Tanner English, woo baby, 11.652. That is going to be a tough time to beat. Kylan Garner second quick with a 1.2065, and Jody Knowles third with a 1.2177. After your first trio in Group B, Tanner English, the time to beat 11.652.
Up next, Amelia Eisenschenk out of Fargo, North Dakota, the 18-year-old in car number 1. She'll be joined by Donald McIntosh out of Dawsonville, Georgia, debut with Coleman Farms Racing in the 7M, and Drake Troutman in the 22 star, this year's World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year out of Heinemann, PA. Amelia Eisenschenk, the Donnie Schatz Racing, Petro Shopping Center, Schatz Crossroads, Fastlane Car Wash, Durham-powered rocket for Amelia Eisenschenk, mixture this year of late model 410 Racing 305s and everything else. Joined on the Speedway by Donald McIntosh, this year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Looks like Eisenschenk needing a push to get going on the Speedway. McIntosh, we said, the Rookie of the Year with the Lucas Oil Series this year. The Coleman Farms Racing MPM Marketing Special Needs School of Gwinnett. Bill Stein, VP Racing Fuels, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn. 1 win this year for Donald McIntosh. It came in a Buick, a Buick powered race car down in Dixie. You gotta love it. And Drake Troutman in the 22 star car makes his way out. And Drake Troutman coming off another big year. 9 wins on the year. The World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year. And the Team 22 Inc., Victory Circle Auto Sales, Gambler Transport, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Brickhouse Tavern, RFI Resources, Bill Stein, Jerry Siding, Roofing and Windows entry. 9 wins this year for Drake Troutman. Picked up his first Summer Nationals win. And 3 wins in the late model, 6 in the modified. DJ, the notes are coming in. They're checking on you, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. You got the World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year, and you got the Lucas Oil Late Model Rookie of the Year this year out in this group, as well as the one of Amelia Eisenschenk. First lap time, McIntosh will be 4th quick. First lap, Drake Troutman is 2nd quick. Eisenschenk is going to be 6th fastest. Let's see what the 7M has on lap number 2. Donald McIntosh, 3rd quick, best lap 12.025. Drake Troutman Troutman second quick, 11. 8.51, and Amelia Eisenschank's going to be sixth fastest, 12.335. 6 drivers have attempted a lap. Tanner English, the time to beat in Group B with a 1:1.652.
Coming up next will be Patrick Daniel out of Wills Point, Texas in car 75. The 58 of Garrett Alberson, Back to the Future out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. And Brock Bam Bam Pinkerus out of Ellenville, New York in the 5.55. Patrick Daniel, 10 wins on the year, 8 in the big block modified, few in the crate late model, Superior Glass and Mirror, Velocity USA, Lloyd Family Racing, C2 Services, Clements Powered Rocket for Patrick Daniel. Joined on the speedway by the 58 of Garrett Alberson, the throwback design on that race car, the Clements Powered Longhorn, Low Voltage Solutions, Titan Racing Products, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Bill Sports Shop, Midwest Sheet Metal, Sunoco Cheap Cars, all sponsors for Garrett Alberson at 6th in this year's Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings. And Brock Bam Bam Pinkerus, the 5.55, coming to us out of Ellenville, New York, 15 years old, 1 win on the year. That came at State Line Speedway. The Northeast Paving and Seal Coating, Russ King Racing, Napa, Shackleton Auto and Truck Parts, Pinks Links, and Wabam, all sponsors for Brock Pinkerus's Clements Powered Rocket, the 2024 Rush Late Model Series champion. Oh, hard into the wall goes Alberson.
Man.
Oh, gosh. I looked up, DJ, he was in the wall. What happened?
He sent it a little too hard, and that thing might need to go not back to the future, back to the repair shop, because I mean, he hit that wall a ton down in turn number 1. Man. Doggone it. You hate to see that happen to anyone, but I'm not afraid to say on the air, that was a sentimental favorite simply because of how good that race car looked. Here's the iBox Springs replay, man. You're going to see he wailed the wall.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. He got in there, and when that rear caught, it just brought the front end around. That was a hard lick right there. And
hey,
oh, my goodness.
How about the fence doing its job, though, by the way, keeping him in the ballpark?
Oh, man. Blake Anderson, you're down there on the scene. A lot of damage to that race car.
Boy, the deck completely ripped out of the 58, Garrett. Unbuckling, chatting with event promoter Cody Summer, and man, you nailed it, DJ. What a beautiful race car. I think this was probably one of the sentimental favorites among about everyone, and Garrett has his helmets off. We'll grab a word with him quick. And wait, Garrett, what happened from your perspective?
I just didn't do a very good job right there. Yeah, just excited. I wanted this car to go fast, and I went a little too fast there. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, it was a good-looking car. Yeah, I just didn't do a good job there.
Garrett Alberson, hopefully they can get things put back together, but man, that's tough. What a beautiful race car.
That's definitely a tough one, my goodness.
And one of the good guys in the sport, too, you know.
No, he and his wife, Danny, definitely go see him over on Vendor. A lot of great vendors over there. Get the event merchandise and support that 58 team. Their heart was in the right place this weekend, and luck was not on their side as they're going to head back to the pit area. Just a ton of damage on that race car. And DJ, have you been through the vendor area here yet to check out all of the...
No, I've not, but I've heard it looks like a rock concert back there with all the vendors.
If you can't buy it, you don't need it if it's racing apparel, if it's not back there. Go check it out. Get the event shirts, too, because by tomorrow, they're going to get harder and harder to come by. And definitely check out the Garrett Alberson merchandise back there as they try to get that race car piece back together. Down to you, Blake.
One of the neat touches inside the cockpit there, he's got the Doc Brown from the Back to the Future stuff. So many cool little touches across that car. You mentioned it yesterday, Ben and DJ, how the Star Series logo and Hava Tampa Series logo on the car, just so many unique little hidden treasures on that 58 car.
They're going to head back, see if they got a fresh flux capacitor in the trailer, because that one got dinged up pretty bad right there. Well, we'll get things back underway, DJ. Early still in Group B, Hellraiser Jacks qualifying. Tanner English time to beat an 11.652. Then it's Drake Troutman, Donald McIntosh. And those are your first 3 qualifiers. Of course, Tanner English coming to us from the World of Outlaws Tour. And Drake Troutman, also on the Outlaws Tour this year, the Rookie of the Year. And Donald McIntosh, they're lining out their plans as they prepare for next year. They know they're looking at a national tour, and he'll be a teammate with Coleman Farms Racing, too. The 96 of Tanner English, just waiting to see where he's going to win.
Absolutely. That'll be 2 Coleman Farms Racing cars in the top 3 right now in qualifying. And Donald McIntosh, of course, drove for Billy Hicks this year. Corey Hedgecock taking over the Billy Hicks ride next year. And guys, he is going to be following the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series next year in hopes of getting that O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year title.
All right, well, Halverson's going to head back to the pit area, and we're going to we'll see, did either of these guys, so nobody got a time.
Yeah.
So right now, Patrick Daniels sitting on the racetrack is Brock Pinkerus. We're going to assume they may send one more out. And in case they do, how about for the first time to the Dome, Zach Dome out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia. The Tim Short Auto Group way for covering Dome Cycles, Octane Race Products, Daggett, Reynolds, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn. Hey, tomorrow also Octane Race Products having a special Santa sale coming up. Everything's going to be on sale tomorrow, and that is Octane Race Products, Posky. Check it out. They're a great supporter of this event, and they sponsor the Octane Win It or Wear It Award as well as the Octane Race Products Start and Restart Zone.
Absolutely. They're going to do free shipping. It's going to be Cyber Saturday Santa Savings. Try saying that 3 times real fast. We talked to Brian Metz a little bit earlier on today. Always big supporters of racing in this event. The folks at Posky's Performance Parts, Octane Race Products. Huge cyber sale, online only, coming up tomorrow, and we appreciate them and everything they do for this event. And you called it, Ben, is Zach Dome. Not Zach Dom, who has been here before. Right. Zach Dome out of Cross Lanes, West Virginia, making his way out on the track. And there is a good look at the 75 of Patrick Daniel. By the way, Patrick Daniel, the last year or two, has done a fair amount of big block modified racing down there in Texas.
And I think sometimes they even throw the wings on him down there. But yeah, 8 wins this year. He is the big block dominator. And Brock Pinkerus, Bam Bam, needing to push to get going.
He's got to get those Flintstone feet underneath of him to get that car going. Needs goggles Paisano out there to get that car rolling.
Oh, man. Whoa, Patrick Daniel almost, oh, wow, he almost had an up close encounter with a UTV in the infield. My goodness.
Yes, with the Kubota.
Daniel fought the Kubota.
I see what it is. He's getting their attention. There's debris down there in the middle of turns 3 and 4.
Well, he almost left a lot of debris in the infield. Wow. Well, the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals. We talk about Kubota, man. They do so much sport racing. Of course, presenting sponsor FloRacing Night in America, the Kubota High Limit Series. You saw Kubota on Joseph Joyner's at number 10 out there earlier.
And you see the Kubota out there on the track picking the debris up as well. We appreciate them. We appreciate everything they do for racing. You talked about all the great folks that do things for us, and they're certainly at the top of the list. I think we've got the track clear now, and we should be ready to put these guys on the green flag. Only 6 cars into Hellraiser Jack's time trials. For Group B, Tanner English, the time to beat 11.652. And the green flag's going to wave for the Wills Point, Texas driver Patrick Daniel. The Cross Lanes, West Virginia native of Zach Dome, and the Ellenville, New York 15-year-old Brock Pinkerus. Patrick Daniel going to take the white flag. His first lap time, 7th quick, 12.857. Zach Dome, 6th quick, 12.263. Bam Bam, 5th quick, 12.088. Let's see what Patrick Daniel has on lap number 2. A little better, 6th quick, 12.138. Zach Dome, best lap is 8th quick with a 12.263. And Bam Bam's best lap, 5th quick, as the triple nickel will go 12.088. 9 drivers have attempted a lap. Tanner English, Drake Troutman, Donald McIntosh, your top 3.
Up next, a couple of Floridians and a volunteer state driver. It's Mark Whitener out of Middleburg, Florida, the 5W. Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida, in the 6. And Mike Marler in the 157 out of Winfield, Tennessee. Mark Whitener, 13 wins on the year. The Whitener's Tractor Service, Southeast Ship Repair, Ocala Restaurant Supply, Jet, Concrete Works, Race City Performance, Longhorn, 5W. Clay Harris in car number 6 out of Jupiter, Florida. Wilkerson Farms, Rescue Metal Framing, Dunright Construction, Impact Electrical Services, National Fragile X Foundation entry. 1 win on the year for that driver, and they came with the Carolina Clash at Cherokee Speedway. And Mike Marler in the 157 race car and the Maximum Domestruction entry, a 7-time winner this year, a performance engineering power plant under the hood built by local engine builder from the Tennessee area, Cliff Bird. So pretty cool on that. A Velocity race car, the Josh Dietz Racing, Delk Equipment, Mill Run Collision Center. Looks like Bam Bam's coming back out maybe with a transponder on the race car.
Yeah, that second lap of his registered in over a minute. So he had a transponder issue on lap number 2. So he's getting a second lap out here right now as they got the transponder fixed on the 15-year-old's 5:55. And his second lap time is second quick. Good lap for Bam Bam, the 15-year-old Brock Pinkerus out of Ellenville, New York, in 11.798 for the 5.55. There you go.
All right. Well, up next, the 5W. That's part of that. 5W, Mark Whitener, Clay Harrison, the 6, and Mike Marlar, the 157. Again, in the Josh Dietz Racing Delco Equipment Mill Run Collision Center, Massey Valley Transportation 157. The only 3-time Lucas Oil Late Model Knoxville Nationals champion, 2018 World of Outlaws champion, 2-time Wild West Shootout champion. He'll be starting his year at the Wild West Shootout in January. Will Mike Marlar back in the with Ronnie Delk and the boys in the 157. Time to beat Tanner English, 11.652.
All right, first lap times going up, and it's going to be the 5W of Mark Whitener clocking in first, 5th quick. First time around for Clay Harris is 10th fastest, and oh no, man, that is not good. Is that the
rip the fuel cell
out of it? Oh my goodness,
that's new.
He hit the fence really, really good. Backed it into the fence in turn 3 right at the comp cam start of the banner here and just ripped the fuel cell right out of the back.
He did a maximum destruction impression right there. Man, what a tough break for Mike Marlar is. Good night.
Blake, we've had everything on the racetrack before here. That is a first-time fuel cell.
That is the first fuel cell in 9 runnings of this event. The fence survived it. It's a little mangled over here, but boy, he backed it right into the fence, though.
That could have been bad.
And that is going to bring it into the weekend of Mike Marlar before it ever gets started. You can see that frame where... Wow. All right, well, let's go to the iBox Springs instant replay, and let's see what went south. All right, down the back straightaway, into the corner, and boom.
Oh. I'm trying to figure out if Tom Mentz would be disappointed or proud with that. Oh, man. Did he get up? Did he get the back end up there? Did it catch one of the poles, maybe?
Hey, Blake, the way you like to collect your race car parts, you think you can get that on the airplane Sunday?
I might try it. We'll see. I don't know if American will like that, but the pole survived. I can tell you that much.
TSA is going to frown upon that one, Blake. I wouldn't try that.
Yeah, I
Mike
can imagine.
Marlar, just a little bit of a smile on his face, says, man, what can you do? He's sitting in the car as Maximum Destruction.
Lived up to its name.
I mean, the irony is impeccable. That was a maximum. I've never seen the fuel tank come out in one here. But the fuel cell did its job. You know what? It
the fuel cell did, and the fence did its job as well.
We found the bolt on the racetrack here. I'll see if I can hold it up and maybe Cody can show. There is the bolt, one of the bolts holding the fuel cell in, and it just completely sheared the bolt in half.
That's unbelievable.
You can have that, Blake.
Yeah, I bet I can get that on the plane, maybe.
Man,
Carry on.
You hate that for Josh Dietz, too, and I know that's what Mike's thinking right now. Josh Dietz, they went and tested that car. Josh brought him here, and I know Mike's thinking in his mind, man, he hates to, damage like that to somebody else's race car at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Blake, I will say that you are off to one of the better starts that you've been off to in terms of building your own race car down there. You've never had an entire fuel cell before.
I got a fuel cell, got the whole deck of a race car. I'm loaded for spoilers for the year, I can tell you that much.
You also got the fuel and no extra charge still in the fuel cell.
I know, you don't get that very often. Not a lot of guys will do that.
If you could just find a Christmas tree to put on the roof of it, you'll be faster than hell.
I mean, Tanner might
I already text the Rudine guys, hey, we need to look at putting a Christmas tree on the 26th this year.
Yeah, how was that well received, Blake? I'd like to know what their answer was.
Yeah, Chad Hillier, Levi's father that's running a 410 for us this year, he said, I don't know if that's going to work out too well.
Well, the other thing that happens, some racers a little, they don't like green. They think it's bad luck.
I wouldn't like orange after that one.
Well, maximum destruction. All right, well, Blake's still picking things up over there. Blake, when you build that race car, I wouldn't put that bolt on it, buddy. That one's been sheared. Just throw that one on the shelf.
Noted.
I mean, it was almost like one of the Wile E. Coyote sticks of dynamite went off on the back of the car. The way the back of that thing just, I mean, I can't believe the pole. How did it not take the pole with it?
Good Lord.
Wow.
It didn't even bend the pole at all. I mean, the pole looks perfect.
Well, we talked about, I mean, all jokes aside, we talked about the different way they did the fencing this year, and I guess that's a testament to that as well, and I sure as heck don't want to jinx us for the rest of the weekend, but you almost got to think if the poles withstood that, man, they can withstand almost anything. Are you scavenging the racetrack, Blake, for some more debris down there, or where are we here?
There's bolts everywhere down here. We picked up several. They finally got Mike's car on the hook, and I think you were right, DJ. You guys hit the nail on the head. Maximum destruction. I can't think of too much more destruction that they could do to the back of that race car, but you hate to see it as a beautiful race car and another beautiful race car heading back to the pits, and boy, I got to think probably done.
Well, and how does it affect these guys that are still to qualify here in Hellraiser Jack's qualifying as they watch what's happening? Chris Moore, down to you.
Hey, yeah, guys, while we got a minute, wanted to talk to a young man I was impressed with there in qualifying, Brendan Smith. First time in the JCM Motorsports ride, and you roll out second quickest. You just told me this thing was on dig. How'd you feel?
Man, this car, it's really good right now. I wish we could have stayed quick time. Josh got us there right at the very end in the last group, but man, I can't thank all these people helping me out enough. They keep me going up and down the road, and this new deal I'm doing, it's going to be really good for us. So I'm excited to see what we can do.
Did you have this kind of expectation first time getting in the car at the Dome, or were you just kind of coming here to have fun?
Oh yeah, man. I don't go to a race unless I think I can win it, and it's sometimes, usually it don't work out that way, but I try. So.
Well, you tried. You're off to a good start. You'll start on the pole of a heat race later, man. Good luck. Good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There you go, guys. The Dade City, Florida native, off to a good start with the JCM Motorsports team.
Move over Logan Robertson. That's the new Thug Nasty right there with that the giant gold chain on the racing suit he's had for a while, by the way. All right, they decided not to tempt fate and put another car out there. So going with 2 cars for their qualifying laps here. As the second lap time goes up for Mark Whitener, and that did not trip the trigger in front of me. Clay Harris's second lap is 12.300. That's good enough for 10th quick. I do have Whitener currently clocked in at 5th fastest with a 1:2.060. And I see Whitener stopped, and I wonder if he may have a second lap coming to him. Boy,
hard to say.
Take a couple steps forward and a step back here tonight at Hellraiser Jack's time trials.
Transponder installation incoming on the 5 car. You see the officials coming up there, and you got to think, well, they're going to let him get a word with him first. I think they're going to tell him they're going to check on it. Yeah, we'll see if it's still blinking, and Mark Whitener perhaps getting one more lap. 5th fastest on the first lap. We saw Pincus. He got a chance in a second one, and he went second fastest.
At this point, they might be climbing under the race car to make sure the fuel cell's still intact.
Make sure the bolts are tightened, although it did shear the other ones.
Hey, put a Christmas tree on the roof.
It might be a modified, dude. What if somebody stole Tanner English's Christmas tree and it comes out in a modified later?
Thief.
Hey, Blake, I think we should set an over-under on how many more times DJ is going to say Christmas tree today.
Dude.
Yeah, Peyton Taylor and the bunch, they're doing the toast to the coast. We'll do the clink to the Christmas tree every time when. All right, well, coming up next, we're going to have Mark Whitener. He's going to get one more lap, and then we will resume trying to have 3 cars out there at a time. We have hit an abrupt just halt here in we're raising hell in Hellraiser Jack's qualifying.
It's
Do you think any teams had any team meetings last night about in case they're in the Hellraiser Jack's pit crew challenge later for the pole for the feature?
No.
I laughed at the crews that were tagging their fellow crew members on the internet. And they're like, we would start 6th every night. We would start 6th every night.
I love getting ambushed in the pit area by people saying that they didn't like it.
I know. I expected more out of Blake Anderson saying no.
The extent
we had some
of
fans. I promise you, we don't make the rules.
The extent of my talent is turning the microphone on and off, and that's even a struggle some days.
It can be debatable. Right now, we may need help getting the transponder put on Mark Whitener's number 5.
I mean, the fuel cell is still intact.
Get a look at the Steve Whitener Racing number 8 logo on the side of it. How about Bam Bam coming here second fast right now?
Well, it's probably because Russ King's down there turning the wrenches on that race car. Legend. I did see Paul Pincus down there, and he looked like Dan Just. He was seated and overseeing everything.
That's a better version than when Paul is when he's enraged. It's a better situation. We've all had Paul mad at us.
Yes, that's right. We love you though. All right. Well, let's see what Mark Whitener does. His lap. I knew his lap didn't pick up, at least on the monitor in front of me when he came around last time. They've got a transponder on the race car. We'll see what he's able to clock in on a second official qualifying lap. He had a good first lap, 5th quick, 1:20.60, and we'll see if Whitener is able to top that on lap number 2. He does not. His official second lap time is 12.471. All that for a second lap that was 4/10 off of lap 1. Number 5 will be 5th as they stand right now, and Ben, it's now finally time to bring the next 3 cars out on the track.
It's Rusty Griffall out of Festus, Missouri in the 16, James Trantina III out of St. Joseph, Missouri in the 19T, and Jamie Zidar out of Hell's Corner, Wisconsin in the 9Z. Rusty Griffall in the Larry Wolf Motorsports Express Mart, Iron City Recycling, JS All Bouchon Concrete, Mark Blink Racing Engine Kryptonite, 2 wins on the year for Rusty Griffall. Meanwhile, James Trantina Jr. making his debut here at the Dome, or the 3rd, I should say. James Trantina III, the Durham-powered Rocket, Granite City Motor Car, Collins Brothers Towing, American Racing, Will Speedworks, all sponsors for him. And Jamie Zidar in the 9Z, Power Racing Engine, Team Zero Race Car, the American Foundation Specialist, JJ Enterprises, Long Shots, Bar and Grill, 9Z.
First laps are in the books. Zidar 12th, Griffall 13th, Trantina 14th after lap number 1. Lap 2 for Griffall 13th. Trantina improves. He is 10th, 12.264. And Jamie Zidar's best lap 13th, 12.382. Griffall's best lap 14th, 12.456. So 15 drivers have now attempted a lap, at least maybe more than that. I've lost track. Tanner English still has the time to beat. I do know that, 11.652.
Up next out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, the 114 of Evan Kohler, the Devin Gilpin in the 1G out of Columbus, Indiana, and Kyle Bronson in the 40B out of Brandon, Florida. Evan Kohler, the Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Capital Waste, Elite Ready Mix, Bill Stein, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, car 114, the Clements Longhorn entry for Evan Kohler. And Devin Gilpin, the 1G, law offices of Fleetwood Markle, not Fleetwood Mac, Fleetwood Markle. Real-Time Renovations, Blondie's Pizzeria, Insultech, Safety Environmental Solutions, all sponsors for the 6-time winner this year, Devin Gilpin. And Kyle Bronson, the 40B, the killer out of Brandon, Florida, the Kel Green Motorsports, Transdale Incorporated, Race Car Engineering, Jesse's Well and Pump, Artisan Suspension Technologies, and Bronson Family Farms doing the chores, the Vic Hill Powered Longhorn. 3 wins on the year for Kyle Bronson.
All right, again, they're gunning for Tanner English's lap of 11.652. We'll see what this trio has. White flag comes out for Evan Kohler, 11th to match his number, 12.273. Devin Gilpin, 14th on lap number 1, and Kyle Bronson, 17th, his first time around. Lap number 2 for Evan Kohler, not as good, stays 11th, 12.273. Devin Gilpin, 13th, 12.324, and Kyle Bronson, the quickest of the trio, he jumps up to 9th fastest with a second lap time of 12.212. We're about 18 cars deep into Hellraiser Jack's qualifying Group B. Tanner English, Brock Pinkerus, Drake Troutman, your top 3.
Up next out of Winona, Minnesota, the 49T of Jake Tim, the 19X of Lake Michigan's Cody Bauer, and Dakota Smith, the fastest man alive out of Tulsa, Louisiana, in the B89. Jake Tim, the Gorilla Mill, Herco Companies, On-Demand Shirts, Horman's HVAC, Oak Ridge Fabrication, Vic Hill Powered Longhorn. 1 win on the year for Jake Tim. They came at Deer Creek Speedway in the Modified back in August. Cody Bauer, the 19X, former I-500 champion, former prelim winner back in 2022 here at the Dome. 1 win on the year, or actually 3 wins on the year, a couple in a late model and 1 in a pro enduro at Chippewa County Fairgrounds. How about that? Forbes Construction and Excavation, Domination Race Car, S&S Collision, all sponsors on the J. Dickens powered 19X for Cody Bauer. Meanwhile, Dakota Smith in the B89 out of Winfield, Louisiana, the PTS Rocket, A-Squared Specialty Services, J&J Motorsports, Next Level Design, Tri-State Industries, and Murphy Oil Company, all sponsors for Dakota Smith.
Again, Tanner English, Brock Pinkerus, Drake Troutman. Right now, the top 3, 11.652 for Tanner English. He was one of the first cars out in Group B, and he has withstood the test of time to be the quickest driver thus far in the second half of the field. Jake Tim, 17th quick on lap number 1. Cody Bauer goes 19th fastest, and Dakota Smith now 19th fastest. All 3 drivers looking to improve on lap 2. Jake Tim, second lap time, 17th, 12.412. Cody Bauer, 20th quick, his best lap 12.692, and Dakota Smith, his best lap time 19th, 12.531. Nothing has changed at the top of the leaderboard, Ben. It's still Tanner English, Bam Bam, Brock Pinkerus, and Drake Troutman, your top 3.
Up next will be Brandon Overton out of Evans, Georgia in the 76, along with Patoka, Indiana's John Woods in the 111, and the 84 of Lincoln, Illinois' Miles Moose. Brandon Overton, the Budweiser, Rick's Fiber, Garnto Southern, Dude Wipes, Heartbeat Hot Sauce, Coleman Farms Racing, Clements Powered Factory Longhorn, the 2024 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series champion. 4 wins this year for Brandon Overton, 7th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings. Meanwhile, John Woods out of Patoka, Indiana, veteran of the Dome, the Mark Cummins Racing Engine Rocket Chassis, Gibco Motor Express, Smoking Gun Trucking, Phoenix Graphics, Willys Carbon Dyno, all sponsors on his race car, and Miles Moose in car 84, 3 wins on the year for the driver of the Pro Power Racing Engine, Barry Wright. Lone Petroleum, Fuel Factory, SRI Performance, Mega Towing, The Lodge, Country Financial by Miles Moose for all your insurance needs. Car 84, a Miles Moose.
First lap time's going to go up, and it'll be Brandon Overton clocking in 14th quick, 12.313. John Woods is 22nd fastest on lap 1, and Miles Moose 13th quick, his first time around. He's the fastest of the trio. Spoiler flapping in the breeze for Overton. Better lap, he jumps up to 9th. His best lap, 12.182. Jonathan Woods will be 23rd. Miles Moose turns in his best lap. He is 14th with a 12.284. So it was Brandon Overton, the quickest of that group. He's 9th quick overall with a 12.182. It's still Tanner English with the time to beat, Ben, 11.652.
So we'll see if Miles Moose gets another lap or not. Looks like he was maybe pleading for one if he was impeded. Not sure. I looked up, and looks like he will not get one. So it'll be Jason Riggs up next out of College Grove, Tennessee in the 81. Lucas Lowry out of Dyersburg, Tennessee. He had a puff of smoke in hot laps. We'll see if he makes it out in the 19. And Jeffrey Ledford out of Pontiac, Illinois in the 8L. Jason Riggs, the Riggs Fiber, VG Performance, Andy's Towing, Longhorn Dynamics, Triune Flat, and Box Trucks, and Best One Tire and Auto, Clements Powered Longhorn for Jason Riggs. 2 wins on the year. They both came at Clarksville Speedway. And right now, waiting to see as Miles Moose sits in the infield again. Regardless of that situation, we have 5 drivers left to go here tonight for qualifying. And it looks like Miles Moose will get one more lap, it would appear. We're not in the same room as race control, but I do believe he was impeded on his second lap.
So Miles Moose, a former prelim winner here at the Kubota Gateway Dirt National, is going to pull the 84 back out on the speedway. The irony is that he had his best lap, and he got the second lap, and then something is amiss on the 84.
Something's dragging off the back, it looks like. Is that the, I thought the J-bar. What is?
Blake,
that's a shock. That's a shock hanging down. Now see he's zooming in on the camera shot. Oh no.
So that will end. Boy, broke.
Is that the drive? Yeah, now we see drive shaft getting picked. Yeah, man, that was, so that could have been part of the J if the drive shaft came out. J-bar goes with it. My goodness, it has been. Is there a full moon outside?
Well, it was last night. Last night was a full moon.
Well, it's 4:45 in the afternoon, but I think she's making a comeback. It's day 2. Wow.
Okay, so are you sure we only have 5 drivers left to qualify? Because at this point, I don't know anymore.
Well, I didn't know Manny Falcon was going to be here either, but here we are. All right, so Jason Riggs will be up next. We'll see if Lucas Lowry, I'm not sure if he's down in staging. My goodness. Yeah, so that got the rear end.
That's interesting. Well, tough break for Miles. Blake, I see you down there making your way over.
Yeah, a lot of damage to the 84. The whole rear end assembly ripped out of the 84. A tough break for him. As boy, it's been a lot of trials and tribulations here in this second set of qualifying for the late models, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you see everything hanging down right there. Wow.
So Jason Riggs, Lucas Lowry, Jeffrey Ledford should be next. And at this point, who knows? We've lost Mike Marlar. We lost Garrett Alvarez.
You know, and the thing is, you know, the track, you can see it's got a chop in the middle of 1 and 2.
The track's not rough.
The track's not rough. Now that the catch fence is ruthless, but the track is not rough. All right, well, we're going to send him out of here. Here comes Jason Riggs in car 81, and how about that? Morgan Lowry will make the call in car 90. Lucas Lowry, excuse me. The J. Dickens Black Diamond, Lowry's Record Service, J&P Repair. Ballard Estates Outfitters, Barron Surveying, 19L, and Chase Osterhoff in car, nope, that'll be Jeffrey Ledford, in car number 8L, out of Shinola, Illinois. The Tire Slick, Bomer Reynolds, AgTech Advantage, Atkins Seed Service, Dynasty Race Cars, Shepherd Engine Development Power Plant.
All right, well, white flag comes out for Jeffrey Ledford. He's going to be 18th on lap number 1. 81 of Jason Riggs is 24th his first time around. Lucas Lowry is going to be 26th, lap 2 for Jeffrey Ledford. He stays 18th. And Riggs is going to stand on a 13.004. He is 24th. And the other driver on the track, the 19 of Lucas Lowry. I believe he is missing data there. He's going to be 13.331. And I think we've got 2 drivers left at this point. I don't know anymore.
Yeah. All right, up next it'll be Chase Osterhoff out of Kankakee, Illinois in the 130, and Kyle Steffens out of St. Charles, Missouri, the 8th. They call him the Warlock. I think he's been doing some wizardry down there in the staging lanes because there's some weird stuff happening here in Group B. And Kyle Steffens, we're going to go on board 4th in this year's USAC Silver Crown points for Kyle Steffens. He saw that right there. You get the shout out. I like it. Chase Osterhoff in the 130. The Osterhoff Fence, Country Flower Market, Meineke of Bourbonnais, Daddy Details, Algar Racing Shocks, Slim's Porterhouse, all sponsors of the Ryan Powered Rocket for Chase Osterhoff, former Charleston Speedway and Kankakee Speedway track champion. And Kyle Steffens, we talked about it in car number 8, the 4th in the 2025 USAC Silver Crown points. Performance Plus, Global Logistics, Spartan Transportation, Brennan Willard Motorsports, Shepherd Engine Development under the hood of the Longhorn number 8. 1 win on the year for Kyle Steffens, and that came in the Southern Illinois Center in a winged outlaw all the way back in March.
How about our top 6 right now, by the way? And again, the top 6 determine the front rows for heats 4, 5, and 6. Tanner English, Brock Pinkerus, Drake Troutman. That would be your pole sitters for heats 4, 5, and 6. On the outside of those front rows, Mark Whitener, Donald McIntosh, Mark Whitener, and Kylan Garner.
My Deathridge Opticians dark horse of the night.
Anyway, did you put him on your Dirt Draft fantasy team and save the fantasy team when you put him on it?
That ship sailed on Devin Morgan's race car, right? All right, 2 qualifiers left here in Hellraiser Jack's qualifying. Let's not forget, all the way back in Group A, which was today, by the way, 11.523, Josh Rice, fastest time of the afternoon. That's $1,000 right now, unless Chase Osterhoff or Kyle Steffens can find something at the very tail end.
Absolutely. Kyle Steffens, an incredibly rare performance behind the wheel of a late model. By the way, you heard Chet Christner talk about him last night as he ran the open wheel modified last night. You mentioned he was 4th in this year's USAC Silver Crown points. 5th in the Silver Crown points last year was Kyle Steffens, the Warlock. St. Charles, Missouri in the number 8 is Chase Osterhoff in the 130. And there is the in-car camera with the number 8 of Kyle Steffens.
Let's go for a ride, DJ.
Well, let's keep it in the ballpark. Let's not,
Oh, man. I mean, you don't realize they're solid on the wheel that much, so you go inside the race car, and you're like, how could they be turning the wheel that much?
I don't know if they're solid on the wheel or dealing out a deck of Texas Hold'em. All right, first lap time going up for Chase Osterhoff, 23rd, 12.614. Kyle Steffens, 25th, 12.765. Lap number 2 for the Kankakee, Illinois veteran, Chase Osterhoff, as he rides the wall. Second lap time not as good. Best lap, 12.614. He's 23rd. And Kyle Steffens' best lap was 25th, 12.765. And I think that is unofficially a wrap on Hellraiser Jack's time trials for the Velocity Super Late models here this evening. So Tanner English was the quickest in Group A, or in Group B rather. Christmas tree wrapped on the rope of the race car, not strapped. 12.652 for Tanner English, as there's a look at his quick lap around this temporary 1/5 mile oval. Bam Bam Brock Pinkerus was 2nd, Drake Troutman 3rd. Those 3 drivers will start on the poles respectively in heats 4, 5, and 6. They'll be joined alongside by Donald McIntosh, the Magic Man, Mark Whitener, and Kylan Garner, who was 6th. Patrick Daniels 7th, Jody Knowles 8th, Brandon Overton 9th, and Kyle Bronson rounded out the top 10 in Hellraiser Jack's qualifying in Group B for the Velocity Super Late models.
Well, they're going to go out there. They're going to put a little dirt down. The modifieds are lining up for Weir's Machine qualifying. We're going to step aside really fast. Thanks to marketing partners when we come back. Oh, actually, scratch that. We got the interview before we do that. How about that?
Josh Rice, $1,000 from Hellraiser Jacks. Josh, boy, this track seems significantly different than it was last night. How much of a curveball did that throw you guys to start your night?
Yeah, we drew a 23 there, and I was really worried about it compared to last night for how fast it slowed down. I knew when I pulled out there I was going to have to get all of it I could, and didn't even really feel good. I stuffed it about 18 times in 2 laps, and it worked out. So the hard part here is to qualify good, so we got a good starting spot. I'm surprised nobody's really tried to bottom yet. It looks a lot muddier being out here, but just can't thank all my guys enough. They're back there fixing the damage. Mom and Adrian are in turn 3, section 134, selling t-shirts. Can't thank them enough. Stop by and see them. This deal's really cool, and it's really cool to be fast time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Josh Rice laying down a good lap in what I'm sure is a little bit of an emotional weekend for the 11 camp, guys.
Well, he picks up $1,000. Thank you, Hellraiser Jacks, Tim Sheets. And now we're going to step aside when we come back. Weir's Machine qualifying for the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds from here at the Dome in America Center. This is the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly's.
Dave Poske's Performance Parts has been serving the Ohio River Valley and the entire country since 1978. Our staff consists of fellow racers and crew members who combine for over 100 years of experience in the racing industry. Poske's is also the home to Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley and Octane Race Products. We have what you need when you need it and ship nationwide daily. Visit us in Parkersburg, West Virginia or online at Poske.com.
Give yourself safer, smoother towing with Shocker Hitch. Choose from our best-selling air bumper hitches with over 10 ball mount attachments and up to 12.5 inches of drop. Or our air tongue mounts that give instant air ride towing to any trailer. For hotshot drivers, check out our Gooseneck Surge air ride towing hitch and shift lock coupler. For campers, our quick air fifth wheel camper hitches making every camping trip smooth and safe. Got a bumper pull camper? Check out our air equalizer for weight distribution. Check this out and more at shockerhitch.com for safer, smoother towing.
For more than 35 years, Flying A Motorsports has been the trusted name in race trailers, motor coaches, and toter homes. As the world's #1 intake trailer dealer, Flying A leads the way in custom-designed race trailers and car haulers built to fit your vision. With a massive lineup of in-stock inventory and fully built custom builds from top brands like Intech, Renegade, Showhauler, T&E, Bravo, and C-Tech, we're ready to equip racers at every level. Whether you're a dirt racer, drag racer, or hot rodder alike, we have something for you.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
Willys Carbon Dyno Shop has been setting the pace for over 40 years by manufacturing championship-winning high-performance carburetors, including the U.S. patent Super Bowl and revolutionary Twin Blade. The Super Bowl delivers instant throttle response, eliminates fuel foaming, and keeps jets perfectly fed, built for gas, methanol, or E85 in both 2-barrel or 4-barrel designs. And the Twin Blade, the most innovative carburetor of our time, tuned for maximum output while protecting your engine. Visit online at WillysCarbs.com. Willys Carbon Dyno Shop. Run one or follow one.
Performance Auto is your one-stop shop for everything dirt racing. We bring you brands like All-Star, Rocket Chassis, Ware's Machine, Sunoco Race Fuels, Hoosier Tires, PEM Racing, QA1, Simpson, Bell, and Lucas Oil. Calvin and the gang at Performance Auto are just one call away to help you with your next project. Call 701-237-4641 or shop online at shopperformanceauto.com.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler.
Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you.
Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts.
Close Racing Supply in Eldred, Pennsylvania has been in business for 30 years serving the motorsports industry. CRS sells top-notch parts for dirt late models, modifieds, and stock clip race cars. CRS provides high-quality suspension parts through their own CRS Race Components division. In stock are parts from top manufacturers like All-Star Performance, Wares Machine, Sweet Manufacturing, Winters Performance, Willwood Brakes, and many others. Orders are shipped out daily using UPS, FedEx, and truck truck. Find out more at closeracingsupply.com.
We're back here at the Dome at America Center in St. Louis, Missouri. We've caught up with Harley Dice here, but we're going to get set to qualify the modifieds here in just a little bit, up in the suite level right now for the time being. Harley had an outstanding season, going to be one of the young hot shots to watch in dirt modified racing all across the country. You did a little bit of traveling this year. You won the Mason City Motor Speedway Track Championship. You were third in USRA National Modified Points, USRA Rookie of the Year for the modifieds, and then also the Northern Lights Modified Series Rookie of the Year. Heck of a season for you.
Yeah, it was pretty unexpected, I would say. I didn't really expect we were going to be that. You know, the first start of the year was pretty rough. We just kept rolling and rolling, and we kind of realized, like, hey, we're kind of competitive in this deal. So, yeah, we started traveling and chasing the USR points a little bit more, and yeah, it was a really, really good year.
You run Rage Cars, and you got a partnership with Jake Tim as well.
Yeah, I got to give a big thanks to Jake Tim, Justin O'Brien for giving me that opportunity to build the custom offset race cars. I never would have expected to be a dealer for race cars this early in my career. Yeah, this growth in racing we've had has been, it's just been incredible, and I can't thank everybody enough for their support and believing in me.
As a youngster, you raced all over the country, BMX racing, got into big cars now. What would it mean for a guy like you to have an opportunity to race at something here like the Dome?
And I think this is one of the coolest events in dirt racing. I would really, really, really like to be a part of this next year. I mean, we'll see where that goes, but I think this is really sweet, and I'd love to be a part of it.
There he is, Harley Dice out of Winona, Minnesota, one of the great young up-and-coming modified racers. You guys good? Give him a round of applause. Harley Dice, 87. We'll sit it down in the pits to Chris.
Yeah, thank you, Trent. We got a word with Josh Rice, quick timer in Group A and overall. How about the quick timer in Group B, Tanner English? Tanner, we thought the Christmas tree was the secret. You took it off, still quick in Hellraiser Jack's qualifying.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, car's really good. I think it was a little better with the tree on there, but we took it off just for safety reasons. But I think, you know, we got a good car, we got a good shot at it. We've won a few heat races here, so got a little experience there, so hopefully we can win another one.
I was going to say another year, same story. It always feels like this place owes you one. Any reason to believe this year might be a little bit different?
Man, I hope so. The money means a lot, you know. I got to thank, you know, Cody for putting up extra money, and John Tyndall. You know, John is from my hometown right there, or we're close to my hometown, Paducah, Kentucky, so everybody support him. Tyndall Truck Sales, appreciate him a ton. Got a lot of good guys that support this deal. Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports, and got to thank Brett Coleman that puts me out here. And y'all just go buy some T-shirts for my wife. I'd appreciate it.
One rule: this thing's in Victory Lane tonight. The tree's got to be there too, right?
We'll bring it out. How about that? Yeah.
All right, sounds good. There you go, guys. Tanner English going to try and visit Victory Lane, and DJ is going to bring the tree with him for you.
Absolutely. I can't bring that, but here's what I can bring. Well, not me, but Santa Claus, Chet Christner, and some of his elves are hanging out here in the grandstands. They were just a minute or two ago right around section 117, and they are handing out gift bags. I got over 500 gift bags to all the good little girls and boys, and they are passing those out, and those are compliments of the great folks at Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales, as well as Dylan Thompson Racing. I actually think Dylan's walking around with them as well. So for some of the good little girls and boys, all those good little apple dumplings, just like you were when you were that age, Chet, just a year or two ago. The good folks from Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales and Dylan Thompson Racing, they're passing gift bags out in the crowd.
Had a moment of panic here. I thought you were calling me Santa Claus whenever that started.
Well, you do have the beard.
I do. I got the great beard going on.
Yeah, Santa didn't wear a hat like that, though.
No, he didn't have to keep his bald head warm like I do. Getting set to go here with the Weir's Machine Hot Lap qualifying session for the Summer Racing Equipment Modifieds. The 9th running of the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Good to have each and every one of you out here with us. Interesting tidbit for you. This year, they did a tire test. American Racer and Hoosier tires, you're allowed to run either or. And I found this out after the races last night. Ricky Thornton Jr., who picked up the win last night in the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds, qualified on Hoosiers, but he raced on American Racers. That was kind of an interesting tidbit of info to pass along to you race fans about what's taking place with the modifieds out here this year. So getting set to go, we have 32 modifieds checked in for racing action tonight in this Weir's Machine Hot Lap qualifying session. They'll be lined up straight up to heat races based on their qualifying efforts out here. The entire 32 cars qualifying against each other. From the 4 heat races, we'll take the top 4 directly into the A main event, everybody else to the B main, and from the B main, we'll take the top 2. That'll set our field for tonight's A main event in some racing equipment modifieds. 5,000 to win here on night number 2. We'll lock the top 3 from the A main into Saturday's big dance, and I'll give us 6 cars ready to rock and roll tomorrow on the final night of the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. First 3 cars that should be coming out of here on the racetrack momentarily as they continue to work on that cushion, knocking it down a little bit. A little safety action taking place up there. Speaking of which, there's more information to pass along to you. During the track build, we talked about how the fact that there's just a touch more banking in the track, the wall's just a little bit higher. They also added another cable. There should be 5 cables out there to help keep cars on track. We had an issue last year. We had a couple cars escape from the racing surface, and so that 5th cable to help keep them contained.
And it's done its job so far as well. And if someone does exit the park, that is not good. But you know what they might want to do is buy a National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame 50/50 tickets yet. Those are on sale throughout the grounds. And I can tell you right now, the winner's half of the 50/50, the winner's half is over $40,000. That's about $41,000 right now. So get them early, get them often. There's going to be a drawing here tomorrow night for the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame 50/50. And again, you can go to dome5050.com as well and get your tickets. One drawing coming up tomorrow night, and you're taking a chance at winning a whole lot of money, and you're also giving back and donating to the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Fame. They're the beneficiaries of the other half of that.
Speaking of tickets, Great American Race returns Sunday, February 15th. Pageantry, unforgettable moments, edge of your seat racing. It's all part of the legendary Daytona 500. Be there as history is made and a new champion is crowned in a race that defines legends. Tickets and packages are available now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or by calling 1-800-PIT-SHOP. And again, that's PIT SHOP to purchase your tickets now. Don't miss your chance to be a part of it all. So 3 cars slated to roll out here at a time in this Weir's Machine Hot Lap qualifying session. To lead them out should be the 2-time and defending Super Nationals, IMCA Super Nationals Modified champ. Also picked up the win in the Race of Champions. T-Dub, Tim Ward out of Gilbert, Arizona, coming out for this event. Doug and Amy Eckrich owned 151 car. Performer Chassis, Precision Performance, Tire Demon, all sponsors on the 151. And joining him on the racing surface, the racer hailing from Plainfield, Illinois, BDK Tools, Cyclone Graphics, Express Power Sports number 96M, it's Mike McKinney. Also in this group, our learned female racer in the category this weekend, Haley Gross out of Farmington, Missouri, and the Gross Waterproofing and More, TNT ACO Moving Services, Trackside Racewear, number 3G, a beautiful, beautiful 3G car getting ready to roll up here in that Extreme Pro Race Engines powered long shot. So keep an eye on the 3G. And again, our learned female mod racer in the field here at the Dome in 2025. She was also the only female chosen to compete in Finding the True Underdog series. That's a series coming out on TV. You'll be able to catch later on. It's not yet debuted, but Haley Gross, the Gross family racing, her sister races, her dad races. But a wonderful family down there and a good-looking hot rod in his first group. So we set the pace here in Weir's Machine qualifying hot laps. So again, 2 laps around. Your best lap's the one that counts and lines you up for one of 4 heat races a little bit later on here in the Summer Racing Equipment Modifieds. So we start to click them off. So Tim Ward coming around here, lap number 1 for the 151 car is going to ride that cushion and bring it across and set the immediate pace of 12.947 for Ward. McKinney will go second quick. Haley Gross now takes the number 2 spot away in a 3G car. Second effort coming around for Tim Ward. He'll hang on to it, goes a tick quicker with a 12.720. Haley Gross now bumped down to 3rd quick. Can she get it back? And no, she cannot. McKinney will go 3rd. Gross rounds out those 3 cars that we've seen on track so far. Next group coming out onto the racetrack should have the racer out of Batavia, Ohio. Adam Stricker behind the wheel of CK Trucking, Cleanway Carpet Cleaning, Stainless Craft number 68 car. And with him, the 24H car out of Highland, Illinois. And the Chuck Wagon Food Service Summit Racing Equipment, Ted Brown, number 24H. That's Mike Harrison. Third car on the racetrack in this second group out of Clinton, Illinois, and a Pee Wee's Towing, Linden Whitfield Racing, Coley Dump Service number 45. It's Cal Hammer. Hammer runner running both mods and super lates. Picked up the Mars Rookie of the Year honors last year. The racer behind the wheel, the number 45 car. The number to beat's a 12.720. Stricker gets on the throttle. 11th year in modifieds here in 2025. Mostly late model racer these days, though. Good to have him out here in the open wheel modified. 3-time Moeller mod champ. Getting her wicked up to speed. Boy, he is tight to the wall out of turn number 2 down back straightaway. Trying to find some room to work with. A little traction for action for the number 68. First trip across is going to be second quick with the 12.722. First trip across for one of the favorites out here, Mike Harrison, goes into the number 5 spot. Cal Hammer 6 quick on the field. Let's continue to get with the giddy up. Going to stay second quick. 7 thousandths of a second slower on the second lap there for Stricker. Harrison's quicker. He goes into the number 2 spot now. And Cal Hammer will be 5th quick. So Stricker actually bumped down third. My apologies on that. Mike Harrison now into number 1 spot at 12.707. Next group coming out onto the racetrack is going to be the racer out of Newton, North Carolina, BSCI Energy, MJS Investments, Tanktown Impact System number 6, Ryan Ayers, and the Gibbons Engine Shop Lethal Chassis number 6 car. And with him, 1 brown, 2 brown, red brown, blue brown. This is red brown. Downtown Cal Brown out of Kellogg, Iowa. His dad, normally the blue brown, is here with us this weekend. I think he's pounding on bodies back in the pit area, or will be here shortly. Harris Auto Racing, Farley's Wholesale Tire and Express Loop, Victory Diesel number 21K out of Kellogg, Iowa. That's Kyle Brown. Also, the number 44 car out here, Dave Hess, the Wizard, out of Waterford, Pennsylvania. Joan Crystal Sanger owned number 44 car. Sanger Investments, Close Racing Supply, Martin Dynamics, number 44. So the green flag is out on this Weir's Machine Hot Lap qualifying session. Number to beat now, Mike Harrison at 12.707. His first trip across, 5th quick for Ryan Ayers. It'll be 8th quick. And Dave Hess with the 7th quick run on his opening lap. He's looking for a little improvement here for the number 6 car. He'll get the number 1 spot with the 12.631 as he goes quick time now over the group. For Ryan Ayers, Mike Harrison 2nd quick, Tim Ward, Adam Stricker, and Mike McKinney rounding out the top 5 as it sits as we get set to bring out our 4th group in the Weir's Machine Hot Lap qualifying. Racer out of Saxton, Pennsylvania in the Mahindra truck tractors. Look out there. F&S Buildings Innovations and Dan's Auto Body number 35. That's Michael Altabelli. Behind the wheel, the number 35 coming out onto the racetrack, and also the 40D car of Blake Adams out of Cameron, Wisconsin. Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Collins Brothers Towing, Jiffy Biffy, number 40D car. The 1 TPO, I believe one of our double duty drivers out here this weekend out of Hickson, North Dakota. That is the Quick Lift by TP Fabricating, Woolwork Truck Center, Knights of Columbus, number 1 TPO with Tyler Peterson. Corky Thomas Race Engines, Rage by Black Widow Racing. Hot Rod. So the number to beat, a 12.631, 12.631, the number to beat. So 35. Clipped it there just a little bit coming out of the corner. Goes into the number 6 spot for Altabelli. First ever cross for Adams. Trying to weasel his way up through there a little bit. See what shakes down here on this second trip around. Altabelli able to go into the number 5 spot. The 40 car coming across. And he will be 10th quick on the field. Tyler Peterson rounds out the top 11. 4 groups into the books. Here comes the 09. Michael Ledford out of Pontiac, Illinois. The 188 U-Fillet Dumpster Rental, MG Welding, Nagel family, number 09 car coming out in this next group, along with the number 13. That's Charging Charlie Mefford out of Belton, Kentucky. Charlie Mefford Racing, Mefford Construction, Valvoline, Ted Brown Quality Paint, number 13. Picked up a big win at the Dirt Track World Championship at Eldora, and that was some of the happiest victory lane photos I've ever seen in my entire life. Also joining him is the number 20 car out of Happy, Texas. 6-time USMTS National Champ. Just picked up his 6th one this year. Keith Hammett Construction, Army Contractors, Wichita Tank Racing, Sea Valley Transportation, number 20 of the Rocket, Rodney Sanders. Out on the racetrack with us. Good to have him here. Didn't see him tooling around yesterday. Got a little concerned. Look out, a little slip of the grip down the corner and hang on to it. The 09 car, Ledford able to get her back under control, though, and continues on his merry way. So he'll bring it around. First lap going to be 13th quick for Ledford. Mefford will go 12th quick. And happy Texas racer goes 14th quick with a little bit of his tail feathers ruffled up. It's a second effort for Ledford coming out of the corner. Brings it across. He now slides into the number 5 spot. Good second lap for him. 13th quick still for Charlie Mefford. Not able to improve on his position. And 15th quick for Sanders. Both Mefford and Sanders slow down on lap number 2. So now we move into our next group. It's going to be the 15W. The Iceman, Alex Williamson, out of Rushford, Minnesota. The Windy Ridge Performance, Weir's Machine, KS Engineering, Midwest Wrap, number 15W car. Coming out along with the 43LV, that racer out of Kelowna, Illinois. The Skyrocket Chassis, Ron Race Engines, T&L Fabrication. That is Logan Velos, the master behind the wheel of the 43LV, and the 442 out of Brainerd, Minnesota. Aaron Johnson Racing, Atwater GM, Johnson Performance, Troy's Toy Shop, number 442, Aaron Johnson. Velos last year was the one that got out over the wall down here in turn number 1 and 2. We're not going to talk about that a whole lot, but he's looking for a little better run this year. Hopefully one that stays inside the park. He's the reason they added that 5th cable down on the inside of the racetrack. He shortens her up coming out of the corner. This might work to his advantage. We'll find out. As the white flag is out, and unfortunately he's not clicking off the times. 16th quick for Velos and 43 LV. Unfortunately, might be having a little issue here with my timing. It's Corey Velos, the only one clicking off there. He stays 15th quick, what, a 13.065. We'll see what happens with these cars. They might pull them to the side. I believe we had 2 of them that weren't picking up on transponders. So we'll see as they send them around. So as it sits, Ryan Ayers in the number 1 spot at 12.631. Mike Harrison 2nd quick. Tim Ward 3rd quick. Adam Stricker, Michael Ledford your top 5. Dennis Altabelli, Mike McKinney rounding out those top 7. Looks like we will bring out our next group. C4 car rolling out onto the racetrack. At racer coming out High Ridge, Missouri. Twin City Toyota, Imperial Bull, Jefferson County Auto Repair C4 at Dan Eames. And joining Eames on the racetrack, the number 12 of Jeff Rhea. That's your IMCA national champ out of Portland, Michigan. JBS Coating, Embry & Sons, Bauer Racing, Sneaky Horse Pull Bars, J&J Motorsports, number 12. And the J82, that sexy hot rod, hailing from O'Fallon, Missouri. Max Core Industries, Enlow Sun Construction, Imperial Bull, J82's look out into the wall. The J82. Now it's a little bloused and gouged. He's missing it right in front.
I got it, Chet.
And
so you're in turn 3.
More parts for your race car.
I know, right?
At least you're getting them for both ends. You can work on them at the same time. So a little debris pickup. Talking about Jeff Rhea picking up the IMCA National Championship. If you're not familiar with IMCA Racing, a national championship, that is an incredible amount of work because you need bonus points. Bonus points come from track championships. They come from regional championships. And he was able to pick up the national championship. He got it by just 2 points this year. So we'll check out the Ibach Springs replay. Watching the J82 car slide around there for Jacoby. Sheared it off and left it behind.
It's been a rough night for turn 3 over there, turn 3 and 4. Mike Marler did just text me and he said, man, the car just ran out of gas. So he's got a sense of humor back there. Now I understand Skylar Marler, he may be taking over the reins of Skylar Marler, his brother's car, for the rest of the weekend. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, bringing down the backup car.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if I can jump in, another guy who junked his stuff on the catch fence, Garrett Alberson. It's back together. He is sitting in the staging lane right now. The guy went over. The guys were exhausted. Garrett owes the crew some beers, but the 58 machine's in staging lane and not quite as pretty anymore, but we'll see how fast it is.
Hey man, they went back in time. They got the flux capacitors. You okay, DJ? Hey, they got it fixed. You shocked yourself, didn't you? And man, I tell you what, it did shear that off. Tell you what, Trev Jacoby, a guy that has piled up a lot of wins over the past several years, as you were talking about, though, Chet.
And unfortunately, piled up the race car out there.
Right.
So get that straightened out.
The great equalizer, the Dome.
It is, and that's the beauty of it. Is you have low budget teams, you have high budget teams, and it is the great equalizer. You expect to see anybody up front, especially the modifieds. We talked about this last night. It's an invitational. You get invited to this race with your modified, and you don't invite people that are bad at their job. So
it is a star-studded field, and Wow, man, the damage on the right front of Jacoby's car. Tough break.
Ben, if you don't play Back in Time by Huey Lewis in the News during his heat race, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, well played, Blake. Well played.
Let's get ready to throttle him back up here as we continue on with Weir's Machine. Hot Lap Qualifying was talking about Rhea picking up that IMCA National Championship. Anywho, he picked up the IMCA Eastern Region, Michigan State, 2-track championships at Crystal Motor Speedway 996, and all that went towards him earning that national championship. And again, got it by just 2 points. And I asked him how he felt about it, and he just said it's a lot of work. 11th quick for Rhea so far. So we'll see if he can get him throttled up. C4 car, Danny Eames giving it the 1-4 down into the corner as well. Brings it across. Checkered flag is out for Eames. And he's going to be 18th quick and 11th quick still for the number 12. So he will remain in that position as we'll bring out our next group. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 groups to go yet. So 65X car should be rolling out here next. Carlos Amata Jr. out of El Paso, Texas. Hacienda Motorsports Hot Rod, Hacienda Mechanical, Larry's Performance Carburetors, Hughes Racing Chassis, all sponsors on the 65X. And joining him will be the racer out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. Holdren Construction, Fordyce Heavy Equipment, Poske's Performance Parts 44B at Casey Burdett. Third car in this group slated to be the Beast Mods Redco trailers. They are auto auctions, Reddick Race Cars and Parts number 94 out of Sikeston, Missouri. Austin Reddick. As I lied to you, they're going to bring the 2 infield cars out here and make another stab at it. So we'll cut these cars loose. See if we're able to improve on position. Green flag coming out here in the Weir's Machine. Again, that number to beat up top, Ryan Ayers. A 12.631 will be tough to do. And we haven't seen anybody dabbling around the bottom. Everybody's kind of grunting and gunning around the top as they ricochet the rim. Williamson's going to be 15th quick on that trip around. 19th quick for Aaron Johnson. So ease it down into the corner, dodges off, grabs a little gravity onto the front chute for the 15W car. He'll go 8th quick. Good effort for Williamson on the second trip around, and 19th quick is where Aaron Johnson will reside. So good second lap for Williamson. So now we'll bring out Carlos Amata Jr., Casey Burdett, and Austin Reddick. So again, 32 cars checked in for racing action here for the Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds. 4 heat races. The heat races lined up straight up based off this Weir's Machine. Hot lap qualifying. Shout out to Chad Weir and the gang back in the pit area. If you go back into the vendor area in the pits, you will find them on the, well, one of the first ones you come to down Vendor Row. 65X Amata picks up the green flag and puts them on the clock. Coming out of the corner, Burdett tight to the wall as well. Good looking race car. He's just inside the pits too. One of the first ones you encountered. Love the wrap. The Christmas themed wraps we're seeing out here, as you see that on Reddick. See, it represents Mata 12th quick on lap number 1 for the 65X car. 21st quick for Burdett as he'll try to pick up the pace on lap number 2. 23rd quick for Reddick. As Carlos gets across, goes into the number 6 spot. Good effort at 12.788 for Amata. Casey Burdett's going to rank out at 20th quick. Was able to improve a couple spots there with a little better effort. A little slower on the second lap for Reddick. He'll stay 23rd quick on the field. And that group goes into the books, and we'll bring out group number next. Leading the charge on this one out of Osage, Iowa is going to be Jim Chisholm Racing. Red Can Sanitation, J&S JCB, Charlie West at Charlie's Repair, number 24C at Jim Chisholm, 2024 USMTS National Champ. Rolling out here in the 24C, joining him, the racer out of Concord, Michigan. University Elite General Contracting, shopangryduck.com, number 74M of Mannix Furquan. UMP racer, Butler, his home track. Actually, he was the winningest driver in Butler this year. It's good to have Mannix out here with us. And the 99 car out of Corbin, Kentucky. That's Hammer Down, Blake Brown, or the Tidal Wave Terror. Depends on what you want to call him. I like Hammer Down the best. Into Coleman Excavating, Norman Freight Brokers, Elliott Logistics, number 99. 2-time Ironman Series Modified champ. Has over 170 career feature event wins as we cut them loose. And they're officially on the clock. Jim Chisholm coming around in that very, very bright and shiny number 24C car is going to go 24th quick on lap number 1. First effort for Mannix is going to be 24th quick. He'll snake it away from him. And 26th quick for Blake Brown. His track continues to slow down a little bit. You got to find all you can. Get a good starting spot later on. A little slower for Jim on the second lap around. He stays in the number 25 spot. Mannix picks up the pace, gets 23rd and 11th quick for Blake Brown. Good second effort for the 99 cars. He goes a 12.956 as we have just a couple groups remaining. Next group is going to be Imperial Missouri's Joshua Hawkins, Kodiak Equipment, Ives Towing, Holly Crump, the Platinum Group number 98 car, coming out onto the racetrack. And it was cool to talk to him back in the pit area. All he wanted for Christmas was a dome invite. Here he is. This is his dome debut for the racer behind the wheel of the 98 car. Also joining him, longtime racer with a tremendous amount of feature event wins, Brand X Race Cars, Stone Oilfield Services, Twin Rivers Auto Group. That's Jordan Grabowski out of Beatrice, Nebraska, in the number 30 car. And the 97 car of Houston Johnson out of Kansas City, Missouri. Houston Johnson Racing, Molly Auto Group, Carpenter's Classics Auto Auction. The 97. So throttle them up, cut them loose. Just 2 cars remain after this. Still that top spot, Ryan Ayers, a 12.631. So we'll see what happens here. 98 car, Joshua Hawkins coming around. His opening lap is going to be 27th quick on the field. Be the 27th quick for Grabowski in the number 30 car, and 17th quick for Houston Johnson. Third quick for Joshua Hawkins, 28th quick still for Grabowski. Was able to pick up the pace, but couldn't quite get that bad boy up there any further. 97th car, or 97 car rather, 17th quick. So with that, we have one group remaining, getting ready to bring out the 115 car of Brandon Smith out of Batesville, Arkansas, and the Bad Boy Mowers. Lance Halford Farms, and River City Dirtworks number 115, 4-time Batesville Motor Speedway modified champ. Joining him, our final qualifier here tonight in Weir's Machine Hot Lap qualifying session out Jamestown, Ohio. CPT Racing at Air Max Heating and Cooling, Patterson Trucking, number 17, and Nick Snell. Snell picking up the Northern All-Star Series Championship and Lawrenceburg Speedway Modified Championship here in 2025. Snell throttled it up hard already. He's already got that right rear quarter part panel a little bloused and gouged as he went around there and ripped out of turn number 2, and he's going to do it again down turn number 1 and 2. See what I've got in store. Here comes the 115. Brandon Smith comes across. Opening lap is going to be 29th quick on the field. Snell's going to be 29th quick. So both cars struggling to find traction here at the Dome. Mechanical grip. We'll find out what that is a little bit later on from a driver coming up here to join me for heat race action. Smith is going to stay down there. 20th quick, though, for Snell. Is able to pick up considerably on his second lap. Is able to notch up a little further into the field. But that looks like that'll do it here for the Weir's Machine Hot Lap qualifying session for Summit Racing Equipment Modifieds. Your quick qualifier of the night, Ryan Ayers with a 12.631 for the racer behind the wheel of the number 6 car. Rolling out here a little bit earlier on, kind of in that Mod Outlaws. He runs a number of different series and even doubled up on wins at the CT 525 Nationals, driving a beat build for David Ruderman. He came out here and put that baby against the fence, hustled it through. Smooth as fast, and he was smoother than chicken lips as he goes into that P1 spot. Be your quick qualifier here tonight. Well, Ben, we got that into the books.
We've done it. Qualifying was an adventure tonight, Chad.
It was indeed.
I think we are getting very close to opening ceremonies tonight as well, and we'll trick up our sleeves for that one as well. 6 late model heats waiting in the wings as well, and I think we'll get everything in position. First, we're going to have our Fast Qualifier Award, and then we'll go from there after Blake's made his way down with tonight's Weir's Machine Fast Qualifier. Maybe.
Yeah, they're just getting it set up here. We'll get Ryan here. There we go. Ryan Ayers gets his Weir's Machine quick time. Congratulations, boy. This track seems to be changing at a rapid pace as a team. How do you keep up with the way this track is changing throughout time trials tonight? I feel like it just did a 360 on us.
That's a 50-50 shot here. It's a lot wetter than last night. It's not as rough, really, so just want to thank my fans and friends for being here, and this place is badass to be here.
same thing as last night, to set quick time against this field. This is, once again, an all-star field of modified drivers. That's got to be pretty special and say a lot about the program that you've built.
Yeah, I mean, there's about 15 to 16 of them that I was like, I'm not really sure what we can do, but yeah, I don't know. I got no idea what to say right now, but this place is pretty badass though.
Speechless. Congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you.
Guys, Ryan Ayers speechless after setting Weir's Machine quick time.
Hey, also, guys, real quick, I got an update for you on Miles Moose. They broke the 5th arm, and they will be done for the weekend. Not going to try and get back together for tonight or tomorrow. So Miles Moose's 2025 Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts is done as well.
It's always a tough break whenever something like that happens. You hate to see it happen for any racer out here at the Dome at America Center. Again, take the opportunity to thank you for joining us. 9th running of the Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. We're just a few moments away from our opening ceremonies here tonight. Tremendous field of cars coming in, as it sounds like we are going to take a step away here for a couple moments. We'll go to break, and whenever we come back, it will be the opening ceremonies for the 9th running Kubota Gateway Dirt Nationals presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Who is Performance Bodies?
They're a lot more than race car bodies, stocking over 6,000 different brand name circle